Hello everyone, hello. Second, let me just set a few things up for you guys. Did not mean to move that one. Oh no, give me 1 second. Readjust that real quick. Oh no. Hold on, wait, I accidentally messed up the thing. But hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are having a great Friday. Let me just check if you guys can hear you real quick. Should be able to. Let me just double check. One second. Can you guys hear me? I can hear myself. Just checking with my other things real quick, then we're going to start with the build. Well, continue it, more like. One second, you guys. Sorry about that. Give me 1 second. Quite difficult when you have so many different things open. Urban Guy, hey, welcome to the stream. Glad to see you here once again. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to continue with the build with you guys, just see how it goes. I think it's going to go really well. We're going to slowly move on into doing the like outer foliage pieces and whatnot, potentially adding like a fence piece if we want to. It's a bit cramped in this little area. We tried to look for different locations yesterday and we couldn't really find anything that was quite viable for this build in particular, at least in my opinion. So we're kind of just going to stay on this launch, work with it with the limited bounds that we have. And Louise, hey, you've been following me on Patreon. Thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it, genuinely. Thank you so much. And also welcome to the stream. I'm glad to see you here once again. I know it's been a while, but yeah, I'm really happy to see you once again on the stream, so welcome. Yeah, we're gonna start really soon. I just thingy 1 second. Okay, we can start. I think I'm ready, and if I forgot something, it doesn't really matter at this point. But yeah, I'm just looking for a nice little chill Friday afternoon sort of stream. I know it's not afternoon, it's literally the evening, but you guys get the point. Just like a nice little chill stream. So where did we last leave off with this build? So we pretty much finished the entire shell yesterday. I think this was like a three-part three-part what is it called? 3-part stream. I'm losing my mind already. Like only been like a few minutes. By the way, is everything okay? Is the live stream quality okay? Is everything okay? Because for some reason on my end it's showing that my YouTube thingy is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Let me know if the quality and everything is okay or not, because I don't 100% know at the moment, but I really hope it is, because there shouldn't be any issues. We've been streaming for like about like 9 minutes now, and I feel like nobody has really like contained anything about like the quality of the stream, so I think it's okay. But we're gonna start off with the stream real quick. So let me just get back into it. I also got that little reference image on the top left hand on your screens, and I tried to play around with it on TikTok. If you guys have joined on Twitch, TikTok, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. It's my first time streaming on TikTok as well, so it's a bit new. The layout might be a bit finicky and whatnot, but obviously it's a PC game. Just like try to optimize it as best as possible. I tried to make it full screen, but it just broke yesterday. If you guys probably were on the stream, you guys would have known. There was like literally 95 people who joined on TikTok yesterday, which I know might seem small, but for me it's big, and I feel like it was going to do so well, but it just wasn't in my favor, so it didn't work out. But I think we're gonna have a great stream tonight. Quality great in YouTube. Okay, that's great to hear. The stream has only just started. Okay, that's amazing, Louise. Thank you so much for both of you guys for reacting to that. Really do appreciate it. But yeah, if anything happens during the stream, just please let me know, because I'll definitely like try to fix it and whatnot. But yeah, so let's just get started. Let's get started straight into it. Just for reference, the only thing that I only did outside of the stream, just so you guys can catch up, is I literally just got these two hedge pieces. What they come from the royalty pack, but they're from the debug mode. And the main reason for that is because you can't find it normally. At least I can't, because I use a better build by mod, and I haven't really updated it. So I mean, I have, but it's not, you know, it's not showing up in the debug mode section. So I had to pull it out and just like create like a little room, and I saved it to my library, so we can always refer back to it if we want to. And I can also upload it to the gallery if you guys want to use these object pieces as well. But let's get started. And I think, yeah, so let me just show you guys around the home a little bit in case you guys haven't been up to date. We started off with the front area, of course, did the side areas a bit yesterday. We're going to still touch up on the sides a little bit. They're still a bit lacking, but we kind of focus on trying to finish and match the back end area of the build, which is completely original. It's like nothing to do with the build, like with the image. You know, you guys get the point. The image is only just like the front. I don't have like the side and the back and stuff. So we try to improvise a little bit, make it look as matching as possible. And I feel like for this backyard area, I'm going to try to make it feel as open an area as possible, but it is going to be quite tricky considering we don't have a lot of space. And yeah, I really don't feel like we can just move on to a 6x6 like it's not really that necessary. So we just stay on here and just like try to work out what we could do. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge because I honestly don't know what we should do, but we're just going to go with the flow and just like see what kind of works for this build. Thanks so much for liking the stream. I really do appreciate it. I don't know what that does, but either way, thank you so much for interacting. Wait, hold on, let me make this area a little bit smaller, because I was thinking we can have a little staircase down here, and then we can have like a little seating area over here potentially, and then some extra little sort of like family dining, like outdoor kitchen area sort of situation in this little corner, and then of course a few lounge pieces and whatnot over here. And we can have some extra little stuff around here as well. Might even leave it empty just for you guys to like add some extra foliage and whatnot to it, but that's obviously up to you guys. But for me right now, I think I'm just gonna paint the entire lot in this like plain greenish color. I know this green texture from San Sequoia, the world that we're currently in, is really nice, but I feel like for this type of build in particular, we're trying to go for something that feels a bit more old money, sort of a bit more luxurious. So we can also do like a stripe pattern with the grass and stuff like that around like the front area of the build. But obviously it's not going to stay like this throughout all the corners. This is just like, since we're just immediately starting with it, you know, so we're going to refine it a little bit more later on. So let's just paint all around here real quick. But yeah, I hope you guys are all having a great Friday. I don't know, to me it feels like it was low-key a long week. Like, I don't know, usually it just like goes by quite quick, but today, I mean, this week was a bit like, I mean, it wasn't that long, but you know, it wasn't like really quick, you know. So yeah, just like something like this that kind of leads you down, and I'm kind of just improvising as we go, you guys, so I don't really have like a big plan that I'm like working off of. So if you guys have any suggestions, I will be probably open to reading them and like trying to implement them into this build. But one of the other ideas that I had yesterday was this pool area is like quite big right in the center, so I was thinking we can either move this, like the staircase area, back a little bit so there's a bit more space around like the middle section, you know, something like this, or we can also place like a more unique looking pool shaped area in this little corner somewhere around here. So that's up to you guys though, if you guys want something like that. I don't really mind it, to be honest. And we also thought about just like placing the swimming pool on top of the foundation layer itself as well, but I think we decided to place it on the grass yesterday. Let me just move this back real quick. Trying to make sure that it's symmetrical because I want it to be like even on both sides. Ooh. I think I need to go like one more out. That should be fine. It's going to match a bit nicer with the tiles as well. Let's just pair it up real quick. There we go. So it kind of just opens it up a little bit more. You know what, that was actually not correct, but you know what, let me just move this. And I think we could just like add something right in the middle over here later on, but I think I want to change the foundation walling because it's looking really plain for this build. We have quite a lot of textures going on and this is not really helping it. And I think yesterday we picked one that had like a dirt texture beneath like the actual pebble thing itself. I think this is a pretty good idea to do. We went for a white color, but we want it to have a bit of dirt. There we go, something like that. Looks a bit nicer. And I'm thinking we can also incorporate a little fencing around this unit, but I kind of want to lean towards the debug fence mode, solely because we just put it like right at the edge of the lot, which I feel like is going to just give us a little bit more opportunities to like add a bit more foliage and stuff around the area. We could also that could actually be quite cool as well, to have like this area right like it's like elevated and then this part is like kind of sunken, and that is a pretty cool idea, to be fair. And then we could kind of move the swimming pool up here, maybe. That could be pretty cool. And then we can have like a double layered type of pool situation here. Obviously it's not going to be functional, but it could be a pretty cool implementation. Let me try something like that real quick, because I want to try to implement new unique looking designs for my build. Get rid of that, and then what if we try to move this over like that? I think we can do this. No, we can't. Oh, okay. Not gonna work. But I'm thinking, what if we add a few like fountains here to seem as if it's like kind of like pouring down? That could be pretty cool. A few of these old manors in real life, they have like, they don't have it, the pool area like perfectly centered in the middle of the lot, so it kind of could be a cool little design to just like place over here. I think I'm kind of happy with this, to be fair, so let's do that real quick. The other idea just looked a little bit too squished, you know. What do you guys think? I think this design in particular is going to match the sort of like aesthetic that we're trying to go for as well. Let's see what we can incorporate real quick. Where is that foundation? There we go. This, so I really like using it. I don't know why it does this. It's like the only object in The Sims where like it goes up and down on its own. I'm not pressing any keys, just moving my mouse. And I don't know why it does that, but it's pretty cool. Kind of gives us the opportunity to just like raise it up and down like this next to the pool areas to seem as if it's like kind of flowing from this point to this one, you know, kind of just like giving that impression, at least to me. I don't know about you guys, but I think it's pretty cool little addition to this build. So I'm going to try to do that. I think I did a design like this in one of my other previous mansions that I uploaded on the channel, and obviously on TikTok as well. But yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. So let's go with it. And if we don't like it, we'll just change it if we think the other design looked a bit better. But just trying to align it nicely just to make sure that it's all even. What about something like that? What do you guys think? Is it a little bit too tight? I think it's not too bad. We could also get rid of like the last few and then do something like that as well if we really wanted to. But I think it's pretty cool like this. It's fine. Or fountain train level, like a water spill. That could be pretty cool. Fountain train level. Ooh. Fountain. I wonder if it would work. Like I'm assuming you mean this fountain piece. Does it work next to the? I don't think you can place these next to the wall, in case this is what you're referring to. That would have been really cool though if it like worked, because I kind of wanted to move this pool area like where this the pool area was, but fortunately can't connect it like that easily. So I think we're going to stick with this for now. But you know what we can also do? Kind of just round off this little edge piece, maybe. That could be kind of like a unique design. It's kind of like the old design that we had initially, but it's just like in a different, like in two different elevations. That could be pretty cool. See something like this. I know these don't match at the moment, which is completely fine. We could just change these to these like white bricks. We also do the beige, but I think the white is going to match a little bit more with the foundation that we have going. I think it's a little bit too thick. I don't know, like the swimming pool area looks a little bit too big. But at the same time, I kind of like it. I don't know. Like, I wish we had like a bit of a smaller curve. Like, I tried to look at it from like a screenshot angle because I feel like I like doing stuff like that. But I don't know, it looks a bit wide from this angle, but not too bad from the other angles, I think. And we can also change the tiles as well, because that's going to make a really big difference with this like little flooring thing that we have over here. And especially since these are like animated in the game, like while you're actually playing, it kind of makes it feel realistic as if it's coming from this pool to the other. So kind of just like a creative way to make the design look a little bit more interesting. So let me just place this little pool thing over here. Do the same thing for the pool area as well. To be honest, I don't know if I want to keep the curve around where we have this. We could also just keep it like this. I think adding some type of not gazebo, but almost something like a gazebo over here could be pretty cool. I think that option or that object in particular comes from that pool party kit that came out like so many months ago now. I completely forgot, but I have no clue where I can find that item in particular at the moment. But we could try to look for it real quick. It's not like this, but it's a bit more modern looking. I mean, sorry, a bit more traditional looking. This is pretty cool as well, but it kind of looks a little bit too modern for this build, so we're not going to go for that. Could also try that is pretty cool, but looks nothing like what we're trying to go for. That is for a wedding. Let's filter by the pack real quick. I believe what the pack's name was itself. That's the issue. Let's see. Riviera Retreat, I think it was. There we go, something like this. I think this will look pretty cool in this build. So we could try to implement this. Wish it came in a different color though. I like the greenery with the vines and stuff. I don't know if I want to go for it though. You know what, might as well just go for the greenery one. Just adds a bit more like liveness to the build. And we could place it somewhere around here. We could have the dining table right beneath it. That could be pretty cool. Like just center it right over here. I haven't really looked at any inspiration nor like images and stuff for like the backyard, so just going off of like what I think would look best for this build. So, I did actually want a dining table to go over here though. We could just add some seating over here instead. And wait, while I'm at it, I might as well just for the flooring, we potentially add a bit of tiling. I know then it would kind of like defeat the purpose of this middle bit with like the water. That's the main reason why I want to keep it this color. But let's just change the wallpaper real quick as well. So a bit of a tiling. Let's see what we got. Okay. Could also go for a darker color around like the edges and stuff. That could be pretty cool. Too bad to be honest, but it's a bit too much going on. Could do also like a little singular pattern instead as well. Hold on. You know what? Let's just not do let's just not do that. Don't think it needs it at the moment. But I do want to add like a little ring around the lip of the pool, so let's just do that as well. The trim, sorry. Explained it in such a weird way, but I think I got the point across. So I just don't want it to bleed into this little fake fountain area. This one's okay, but it still bleeds in a little bit. Might not be able to add it to this bottom one, I can't lie. At least not the ones I would want to, because they kind of look a little too weird. There's like such a subtle difference between these two. It's like a yellow and a beige, or like a white. I do want to add something up here though, but it kind of just goes over the edge like that. That's so weird. So we can't do that either. This one also goes over the edge. So I guess we're not going to be using any tiling throughout this build. You know what? This one looks pretty fire though. I really like this one. This one's pretty cool. Just can't. I don't know. It looks a bit weird when it's like hanging out like that. So I guess we're not going to be able to use. Maybe we got something else. No. Okay, they all do. Okay, never mind. We're not. Okay. Let's get out a few of our outdoor furniture pieces, I guess, since I think this little pool area needs a bit of a break. I think we've been working a bit too much on it. So I'm just going to add a few of these around here. These could be a pretty cool set, but I don't want to be really generic. Like I've used these like so many times in the backyard, and I just want a different set, you know, like something that's gonna work. And the ones that came from the desert luck kit, these ones, they're so bulky, like they're really plain, so they don't really work with the kind of aesthetic that we're trying to go for. To be fair though, I see an opportunity for a little fireplace right above here. That could be pretty cool. I was going to try to move it onto it, but I can. What if I move this back just for like a few seconds? Oh, you know, it's just messing up everything, so let me just go back. I really want to sit like a bit more flush in there. It looks like it's going to fall out, but I feel like it would be a good idea to have something like that over here. What if I just use like gravity tool? By the way, I'm using the tool in case anyone is wondering. We'll just raise it up a bit if it merges too much into the inside. So let's just merge it real quick. I mean, elevate it. 0.5 to mark. 0.5. I mean 0.1, sorry. There we go. It kind of goes into the wall a little bit, but I think it's fine. And for this little middle area, it's going to be a bit worrying. I don't know what we could do over here, but we could. Middle area is a bit worrying. He made a bit of seating here, and then we could try to figure out what we want to do over there. We have to like remember that we're trying to match this style as well, like the rest of the home, like not make it too modern for the backyard. And I know this styling is not going to stay. We're going to change it, so that might be the only thing that's throwing me off, to be honest. Let me just change that real quick. We usually go for the Desert Lux kit one, I think it was, or the hold on, let me show you guys which one it is. It's this one. No, it's the, I think this is the Courtyard Oasis kit. I might be wrong about that though. I think it might be Desert Lux as well. Look, I just used both of them so much to the point where I just kind of confused myself. But yeah, I think the Desert Lux kit concrete, I mean, yeah, the concrete tiling is going to look a lot nicer. Oh yeah, looks a lot nicer this way. I'm literally just placing like a few furniture pieces down, just to like get a general idea of where I want to place stuff before I like go in like and add like the extra details and whatnot, like side tables and coffee tables and whatnot. Just like to solidify my own options real quick. Kind of want to use the this one is pretty cool outside. I think these match very nicely. Could go for something like this. And of course we're going to use the matching dining tables beneath it. That will be really nice. If I can find it. Let me just go to Albert. It'll be easier. Am I blind? I swear we probably just passed it and I just didn't notice. There we go, it's this one. There's a smaller icon in my in fairness, like a bit smaller, you know, than the regular item, so it's kind of tricky to like see it. But yeah, I wish these just came in like different color swatches. These aren't really gonna match anything that we're trying to go for. Could go for this like beige / grayish color swatch for the chairs, just to change it up a bit. I look, you want to use like extra space around here, but I just don't know what we could like what would make sense over here. Like it's such a small amount of space to the point where I just feel like we should just skip it, but at the same time I feel like we could just also add a few extra pieces like this around here. Maybe not like the whole playground set, but just like a few of them here and there. I think that could be enough. Ideally, I wanted to have the kitchen area over here with like seating and the fireplace. So we could do that, but then if I do the seating over here, I feel like it's not really that necessary to have another one over here. So let me just add the seating area that I was thinking of, and then you guys can let me know what you guys think about that. So we can add this one. There we go, yeah. So the flooring is 100% Desert Lust kit because this matches it from the same kit. And I was thinking if we just like place something like this over here, and then have like a nice little seating area over here, it would be really cool, but it's just not really it's not really going to fit with the current design that we have going on. So what if I just move this like kind of like in the middle over here? Would that be weird to have it on the concrete? That's not too bad, to be fair. Like it's not that bad, but I don't know, it's just not what I was envisioning initially. Nah, man, I don't know about that. I'm not really sure about that. Let me just cover this real quick. Let me just also match it, and then we can figure out what we want to do. There we go. Okay. I know it's all concrete right now, but it's gonna we're gonna change it around here and there. But I was thinking, what if we just add these seaters around the fireplace, because it kind of makes a little bit more sense. And then we move this dining table area kind of like somewhere around here. Let me just move these chairs. So it's kind of just like going back to my original plan of how I mentioned, like I wanted the dining table area to be around here. It's gonna just fit a little bit nicer, to be honest. Obviously we don't want it too far away because we're gonna have the outdoor kitchen area over here, so got to make sure that it kind of all fits together snug. Could also have like a kitchen area out here as well, like on top of like the foundation patio area. That could be pretty cool. We could also get rid of this little pool area completely. That's also another option. Just gives us more space to work with. So let me see what we do. Thinking if we just like have something like this right in front of the fireplace area, and we just add some of these little seaters around here. We might end up changing these seaters and just like make them wooden. I think that will look a little bit more cooler, or maybe even like an iron detailed one, something that feels a little bit more like park-like. You know, does that make sense? Like, because these are very modern looking for this build at least. We could also go for the stone set, but I feel like these are so basic, like they're way too modern looking for this build. These might not work too bad from the royalty pack, but I haven't really used these before and I don't know if they're going to match that nicely. They do have a really good pattern on them though, so we'll keep them in mind if we want to go back to those. But I think we can also go for the what is it called, the businesses and hobbies set. So we can go for these ones. They're a lot more tinier, but I think it still look very nice if you kind of like style it correctly. They still look very modern, but could low-key match the rest of the vibe of the home. I don't know, we'll see. But for now I think we should just go for these because they're, I just feel like the most appropriate, unfortunately. And for the, obviously the coffee table, we're gonna go for the one with like the fire pit. I think that looks really cool. Where is it? Right over here. It's the one that came from City Living. Ooh, it's kind of like a very black and white design at the moment. Could try to switch up a little bit with the brown and a few different colors, but I don't think so because it just doesn't match the rest of the home, you know. Could go for a beige design like that. That doesn't look too bad either. Also make this a beige color. That's low-key not that bad, like I don't hate it. You can also add a few of these fire pit areas here and there as well. There's quite a lot of fire going on in this little corner, but I feel like it just adds a bit of extra detailing to the build overall. Could just add those stones like that, to be honest. We don't really even have to add fire pits on them, but could be a cool addition. Could also create like a little row like this if you wanted to. Might look a little bit weird though. It's not too bad, I don't hate it, but it just looks like it's unnecessary, you know? Let's just add a few of these candle lamps as well. Could also use that really small stone coffee tables as well around like the edges. Let's see where they are. These ones, yeah. So these are also from the Desert Lux kit. So I guess they're just like pretty much like a whole complete set. Maybe not on both sides though, because they look a little bit too repetitive. Maybe just like one on this side. Change the color of it real quick. Pretty cool to incorporate a few of these like trays around the area as well. It's looking a little bit too generic at the moment. I know, I kind of like noticed that as well myself. I do want to change it up a bit here and there if we do decide that it's not 100% fitting the vibe that we're trying to go for, but at the moment I feel like it's not too bad, but at the same time definitely needs like a bit of a change and stuff here and there. What about this island living one? No, so it looks a little bit too much like for the interior, you know. I'm trying to find something that works for the exterior, but it's quite tricky to do that since we're quite limited on it. I don't feel like we have a lot of exterior furniture pieces. This is pretty cool. It's relatively plain though. Like, it's a bit too much beige going on, you know. Thought this one just like breaks it up a little bit more. And let's just get rid of these real quick. still want to kind of use this like gazebo thing. It says it's an arbor, but I don't know if I can really use it anywhere. If I move the dining table over here, I just feel like this area is going to be so empty. Let's just add like a fireplace. Let's add like an outdoor kitchen over here real quick. We could go for the royalty pack ones for the outdoor dining kitchen area, but kind of try to find a kitchen cabinet that kind of matches the barbecue stands themselves. If they don't match, then I probably wouldn't use it. And I pretty much always go to the Desert Lux kit one solely because it just has a bit more like custom textures and stuff that match the rest of the kitchen cabinets a little bit better. They're still not 100% one-to-one, but it just matches a little bit nicer. So let's see if we can just find something that has that sort of white countertop with the sort of like dark brownish, like a really muted brownish color at the bottom. But I don't think we have anything like that, but let's check. Kind of do go for these ones quite often for the backyard. Might try to steer away from them. Sounds like a wooden countertop or might not work. How about from home chef also seems like a little bit too cozy, you know, like the cabinets themselves, they won't work. So we need to go for something that feels a little bit more chill out, you know, like a bit more. I honestly keep going back to these ones, man, the snowscape ones. They just feel like they're the best one. And yeah, I just feel like nothing else is gonna really match this countertop. So let's go for these ones. I know it's kind of like one that I commonly use, but it's not really that big of a deal. Could also try to use it in a darker color maybe. It doesn't really match. But this one doesn't really match either. I mean, the countertop low-key kind of do, but the rest of the cabinet doesn't really. But I honestly don't hate it. Like, it's kind of fine, to be honest. Hey, Diamond, sorry, you sent something. Thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. Send a heart me. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. I have no idea what that is, but thank you so much. I'm sorry, I don't know when you sent that because I have the chat open somewhere separately, so I just look at stuff occasionally. So I do apologize if you have sent it for a while and I just don't reply to it. Oh, okay, great. Thank you. You're still in the chat. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, I think we're going to go for these kitchen cabinets for now. And if we don't like it, we'll just change it as always. And there is a bit of a gap here. I know the barbecue stand low-key needs a bit of a gap because once it's open, the lid kind of just like goes into the wall. But I feel like a lot of people don't really mind that, you know, kind of prefer space over looks at the moment. So gonna just have to make sure that it works functional while also just like looking good, you know, around along this wall, because in real life it will probably be like perfectly attached. So just want to make sure that it will look correct, you know. I swear I have these, yeah, I don't have auto cabinets on, but it still kind of like latches on, but kind of is nice and helpful for us, I guess. And I think, oh, that's so kind, thank you so much. I'm really glad to hear that you like my build, genuinely. Like, getting that same, like, you know, I put so much effort into them, so just seeing that people like it is just great, you know. Thank you so much. Is there a build in particular that you like the most? Do you mind if I ask you that? Maybe I can like try to create more like that in the future. I tend to ask this to quite a lot of people who download my builds, because obviously you guys are the people who are using them, and of course me occasionally as well. But if I could create stuff that are like a bit more on brand to you guys, something that's going to be a bit more usable, I definitely will take any suggestions that you guys have. But yeah, let me just add, I honestly had no idea that we we're going to go for a black countertop design for this outdoor kitchen area. We could also do a bit of a mix and match. Could go for a white for the like middle island counters themselves. Could be a bit weird. We could also change it up a little bit. I don't know, we'll see. What if we do like a complete all white change? I don't want to make everything white though, because it's going to look so plain, but it also does look really good. This looks very modern though, you know, it doesn't fit this old money sort of mansion vibe that we have at the moment. Hey Renan, thank you so much for the roses. I really do appreciate that so much. Thanks so much. Wait, what was I gonna do? Yeah, so what do you guys think? Would you guys want me to keep the black or the white cabinet set? I don't mind either of them. I think they both look great. We have those colors throughout this entire build, so it doesn't really matter for us, to be honest. They will both look great. But yeah, I would really love to see you guys' input. I think it'll be really cool to just like implement what you guys want within this build. It'll be really fun. Thanks so much, Diamond. Sorry, I really do appreciate that. The white ones? Okay, say less. We're gonna go for the white ones. I also wanted to somehow, I don't know why, but I want to keep this in. I never use this in any of my builds, and I think it's kind of like a cool little feature, but it's kind of just it's a bit random, you know, like I don't know, just is that okay? That's not okay to me. That's just not it, you know. So let's just get rid of that. We can also, I don't want it to go all the way towards the edge. We can try to fake something around here. We need to fix that terrain plane over there as well. But for now, I think I low-key just want to add, I'm low-key just kind of confused with what we need to do because I'm just like kind of going in without a plan. So I'm just like improvising on the spot and like trying to make something that looks cool. I try to do that for most of my builds just so I can get a unique design down, because I don't want all of my builds to look super repetitive when it comes to the exterior and stuff. So let me just add a few of these details. Wait, what? I swear these the foundations were acting as walls. I could have sworn they were like, you could put stuff on them, but I guess not. But we could also just like raise them up a little bit. I kind of want to add lighting over here, like on the walls, to seem as if they're attached. That could be pretty cool. Let's try to see what we have real quick. Oh, new thingy. Why does it say that it's new? What the hell? This pack is so old. Did this come new in the did it come new in the update? I wonder. I swear this is from high school years. I don't know why it just showed up now. It might be a new object, but no clue. I think this is like literally the second time that I'm opening my game ever since the update, so new things might be rolling and I have no clue. Don't think I've seen any announcements. Hey, thank you for the rose again. I really do appreciate it. Oh, thank you so much. Really glad to hear that. Thank you so much, Renan. I try my best to make high quality builds for you guys, so I really do appreciate that it comes across that way. But yeah, I'm thinking we can add a few of these lighting fixtures along the walls. I think that could be pretty cool. We didn't really use these around the front area of the build, but I still feel like it's a nice little addition. One second, guys. Give me one moment. Where the hell was I? Okay, we'll focus on this little corner bit. Low-key want to make a little diagonal bit over here. Maybe that might look weird at the moment, but we're gonna fix it if it doesn't look great. I want it to kind of match the build. Like, I don't want it to be like a perfect square because then it will just not look that realistic. We still have a lot of space up here as well, could definitely also add a few of these umbrellas. So I'm just going to type shade real quick, and it's going to show up the what is it called, the, you know, like the umbrella shades. Just use a few of these around here. And I'm still puzzled with where I'm going to place this dining table area. I feel like it could be really nice to place it right next to where we have the barbecue, and you can just like overlook the sea. That would be really cool. In case you guys are wondering, by the way, and just so new, we're building in the world of San Sequoia. I know this build doesn't really match this neighborhood, as you guys can currently see, but you guys can obviously change it and switch up with like different lots and stuff. But I feel like it looks pretty cool over here with that very nice environment in the background. It just looks pretty nice and plain. But yeah, this is the build that we have so far. I know you guys currently only have like one image on the top left hand side of your screens, but we pretty much finished the shell and we're just working on the backyard area of the build. But yeah, I just want to add a few of these umbrellas here and there, but I just don't know which one I really want to use at the moment. We could go for something like this, like look, like one right there. It looks a little bit random right now, but it's okay, we're gonna fix that. And we can also let's just expand this real quick, just do maybe until here. Maybe it'd be pretty cool. And these tiles always change sizings and stuff, but we could also get rid of this little row that we have down here. But I kind of like the way it kind of like wraps it around over here. So how about we just do something like this, so it kind of just looks like it blends in a little bit, and there's like a walkway around here. But yeah, this low-key could be a home suitable for royalty pack as well, in case you guys have it. Could be a nice little addition. Yeah, Diamond, I feel like it kind of gets like that when it comes to creating custom builds like this, you know. Yeah, exactly, we're just adding a bit of our own touch to the neighborhood. I mean, can't go wrong with that, obviously. I mean, hey, it's like everyone in the town is just gonna be like, what the hell is this huge mansion here? It looks like one of those really old like French manors. It definitely does not fit into this like colorful neighborhood. It's like a really dark looking manor, but you know, it's still pretty cool. I genuinely did try it really hard like yesterday to find a different area to like place the manor in, but it was just so difficult to find something. We tried to look in the last stream, like towards the end of the stream. It wasn't on TikTok because this is the first time I'm doing it on TikTok, but if you guys want to watch those, they are on the VOD channel on my YouTube, so in case you guys want to watch it, you guys can. But yeah, just like record it, because I know a lot of people, especially on TikTok, you guys love to see like the small little processes and tutorials and stuff like that, so I definitely do try to post those a little bit more often here and there. But yeah, let me just add a few of these bar stools over here. I don't want to make this entire home, like at least the backyard area, to be like plain white. I definitely want to add a bit of color. We're also going to change the bit of the tiling as well, because we have quite a lot of space to work with, so it could help with changing it up a little bit. I just don't know what at the moment, so I just keep saying it because I'm like, I don't know how to do it, I don't know how to change it. So let me just think about it while I'm talking, and then maybe I can figure it out. But it's a bit tricky, I can't lie, especially when you're improvising. But I think, you know what, these stools look way too cozy and they don't work for the outdoors. We're going to go for something like this. It's a bit more thick, a little bit more bulky. I appreciate it, Diamond, thank you. But yeah, I don't know what to go for the backyard dining sort of like island counter tables, because nothing really matches besides these ones from Snow Escape, because they're really bulky. I feel like they'll be durable in the outdoors. Kind of tried to think about it as if it's like a real life home, because that makes sense, you know, like you haven't seen like a really fancy like a bar stool like this, for example, in the outdoors. And that's the main reason why I feel like it wouldn't really make a lot of sense in The Sims as well, because you're kind of like used to it in real life. So I tried to base it off of that, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, you know. I'm gonna add a few tray files here and there as well. Tray files, tray objects here and there. I really love using these trays in particular. Sorry about your stream for me completely froze. Oh, I do apologize for that, Louise. Thank you for letting me know though. Do you think it was an issue on your end or my end? It might be mine, but if it freezes again, just let me know, and I'll try to like figure it out, because I think my YouTube is having a bit of an issue at the moment. It says it's fine right now though, so hopefully it should be great on YouTube. Thank you so much for the rose, I really do appreciate it. Even though I have no clue what they do, thank you so much, I really do appreciate it. Yeah, just gonna add one of these things over here. I feel like the pattern on it just looks like Louis Vuitton. I don't know if you guys can agree, but it kind of looks like a really branded like fancy tray. So I try to use that in a bit more of my modern fancy builds. Second, guys. Yeah, I think we can also add a nice little plant in this little corner. I think that could be pretty cool. This one looks a little bit too indoorsy, so let's just go for something like this maybe. I really like this plant. I just feel like a lot of people might not have this, so that's kind of sucks. But came from the Greenhouse Haven kit, if I remember correctly, from that icon. Just looks like a really closey, sort of like convenient plant. It's like the nice size, you know, like it kind of works all around. We're just gonna place it over here, and over on this one I think we should also incorporate a little plant, and I just try to merge this shade lounge thingy right in the middle of it just to see if it's like a bit more suitable for the outdoors, you know. And for this like little patio area, I'm not really sure if I want to go all the way like out like this or not. I have no clue, because obviously it's my first time building. I have no clue what to do with it, but if I do that, then it kind of just makes me want to put it all the way over to the edge. But I also want to have some type of some sort of barrier all around the build. We could try to use a few debug mode objects, and I feel like just doing this right now is gonna help me like with the rest of the design of the home. So yeah, let me just go to the debug mode real quick. Why does it say these are all new? What the hell? I literally looked at these so many times. But yeah, let's find what I was trying to look for real quick. I think it was in live edit. Yeah, it was in live edit. Okay, my bad. I'm guessing these are probably newly added to the debug menu options. I have no clue though. They might have updated a few things within that new update that came out yesterday. But we're gonna go for these walls. I think these will look super cool for this build, and we're also gonna use the matching sort of like end pieces as well. We're obviously gonna size them down. Definitely is not the correct size at the moment. We can also use a few of these aloe vera plants as well, because we haven't done any of the foliage at the moment throughout the entire build. Also like an old looking bench looking towards the water at the edge. That could be pretty cool as well, urban guy. Definitely could incorporate something like that in a moment. Let me just get this barrier thingy down real quick so that I could like, do you guys want to keep this open? Do you guys mind that, like having this entire area open? Because normally in my build I try to close it off a little bit to seem as if it's like a bit more privatized. But if you guys like the openness of it, I definitely would consider it and just like leave it open like this. Like I genuinely don't know, like I wouldn't know what to actually like place over here. Even if we do leave this area open, we could try to add a really thin, like really tiny fence. Like what if we size this down so much? Like I know it might look ridiculous, but what if we do something like this, like that's really short, but it still kind of gets the point across, you know, like still something there. This fence piece at this height, I think that's pretty fine. That's not too bad. It doesn't look too tall. So we could use something like this. And I know sometimes they do walk through debug mode fence pieces and stuff, but if we place objects in between here that you won't see, they won't be able to walk through it. So that's going to be a nice little thingy to incorporate. We're going to keep it open, okay? We're going to leave it open, but I will add a few fence pieces around like the edges and stuff like that, because I feel like that will just make it feel a little bit more privatized, a bit more luxurious, you know? So let's just add this little design over here real quick. There we go, just perfectly fits on. I'm just going to circle, or more like square, the entire perimeter of this entire build with this really quickly. But yeah, not going all the way towards the edges a lot because I feel like it's not really that necessary. To be fair though, we could do that because we still need to do quite a bit of landscaping over here, and I don't know, should we actually do that? Wait, let me go back a little bit. Let's do that just so we maximize the usage of this entire space overall, so it doesn't look so like narrow around the edges of the lot, you know. So let's just do that real quick. That could be pretty cool. And let me just move this over. Do you guys also want me to incorporate a little playground thing over here, like the one that came from the Adventure Ways expansion pack? If not, we'll just like use like the default swings and slides and whatnot, but I don't really mind it, to be honest. It's going to be a relatively smaller one though, because there's not that much to do around there. I'm still on the fence with this entire garden design because it's a really small space that we're working with, so it's quite tricky to get the specific design that I have in my mind across. But yeah, I think once I add a few of these fences and stuff, it's gonna solidify a bit of my choices a little bit more. But yeah, since we're nearing the middle of the lot, I want to leave it a little bit more open. Like that only makes sense, you know, just to leave it a little bit more open. I don't know how much space I left, but let's use the grid real quick. The only time I'm gonna open the grid. So it's 2 tiles, and then this one's 3 tiles. So I guess we might as well just move back. Loki looks like there's more space left on this side though, even though it's 3 tiles. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. But Loki looks like there's more space here for some reason. Anyway, let me just continue adding, and then we'll just adjust it later on. But yeah, I also really like how this build in particular, like this side of the home is not symmetrical to this side, even in like the reference image that I'm using. And I feel like that just makes the build look unique in itself. Because a lot of my builds tend to like incorporate a bit of symmetry in them, but I feel like this one kind of like breaks that default illusion that you have with these modern mansions and stuff. So we're gonna have a bit of issues around here, the foundation. So let me just place that real quick and then just use the tool mod real quick. There we go. Same thing right here. I know this part is kind of like, it's not really that necessary to have this, but still low-key want to add it in because it's just going to add a bit of extra detailing. Oh my god, it's so finicky when you use the tool mod, but we're going to get through it, guys. Literally have to touch this like little corner bit over here just so it can work. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the tool mod. We don't need to use it anymore. Let's go. But yeah, something like this would look pretty cool. And let me just add a few of these other column pieces around here. Slow it down. And I know we literally just moved on to the backyard before even finishing the front like landscaping and stuff, but I just really wanted to like get a few ideas jotted down there just so I can get a bit of an idea of what was going on there, because it was a bit confusing. They're also going to place these like in every two of these fence pieces. I'm just going to place one in between, which I think kind of makes sense. I'm also going to do the same thing over here with the tool mod. it's not 100% like in its place right now, but I don't want to bore you guys with using the tool too much, so I'll just do that in my own time, because I still will go like back to these builds and stuff and refine them a little bit for you guys. Yeah, let me just copy this over again. Pull the edge. See, like low-key looks like it's kind of like more out, but can't really do anything about that at the moment. Could edit it like this, but yeah, it's a bit too much work right now, so I could do that in my own time. Okay, just gonna do the same thing over on this end. There we go. So everything pretty much worked out very nicely in the end. This part has a little bit more. No, it doesn't. Low-key looks like it has more space on this side, but it might just be because we have a lot more like empty space around here. Let me just get rid of those quick. Pretty convenient that this edge of the lot kind of has this push thingy, so it kind of saves us from adding anything there. But I still want to surround like certain areas of the build with a few of these hedges. Just don't know if I wanted to. Just don't know if I want to add the hedges on the outer bit or the inner bit, because it will look really nice from the outside, but when you look at it from the inside, it looks a little bit plain. We're obviously going to size it down as well, though. So I don't know. I could also just like do this in like my own time as well, though. So I'm just going to place that over there, but we will go back to like adding some extra stuff like that over later on. Let me just add a there was like a pot that came from the royalty pack that I used in one of my recent builds. I think it was Chris Jenner's mansion when we created her one. She had these like really huge plant pots around her home, and I'm trying to replicate that. We kind of did it with like these custom vases and stuff. Just don't know if I can find them at the moment, but we're gonna try to do real quick. Vase real quick. Hey Angie, thank you so much for joining the stream. I really do appreciate it. You always have my builds. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Genuinely, when people say that they use my builds, it just makes me so happy, seriously, because I spend so much time on them. So it's glad to see and know that like people are getting good use out of them. But yeah, where's that pot? There's like, it's not this one, but there's a pot in particular that comes from royalty that kind of worked really nicely. I'm going to try to find it real quick. Shouldn't be any of these, but we can still look through these. I've already seen all this. You know what? These could actually be very cool. Like these cool thingies around like certain areas of the build, these little gaps and stuff. Those can have like nice little details. So I'm gonna just place that one singular one there, and we'll just make sure to incorporate that in a moment. I just want to take out a few things that I know I might want to incorporate throughout this entire build. So a bit of these foliage pieces will be pretty nice, and these are very nice as well. I've never really gone around to using these yet, but they're pretty cool. Could try to implement these, so let me just place those out as well. I'm already getting distracted because there we go. I found, see, look, these head pieces are finally showing up, so I don't actually need to do the debug mode thingy, but oh well, it doesn't really matter. We can also use a few of these will look really nice, and a few of these bird pom thingies. These could be really nice. We also got some additional shade options and stuff, but we don't really need those at the moment. We have a few of these concrete balustrades, but we already have a few going on here, so we don't need that either. Let me take out a few of these though. These plants look really nice. We'll also use those. And I do really like this debug fence piece as well, so we could try to use this if we want to. Yeah, I can't really see the pot that I was mentioning a few moments ago. Oh, there we go, it's right here. Okay, I know it looks so huge right now, but if we just size it down a little bit and then just like, let me get rid of this stone here real quick. We place this right over here. You know what, to save myself the hassle of it not working properly, let me just do this real quick. So I really love doing this custom design ever since royalty came out, just placing it in the pot to seem as if it's like kind of growing out of it. I really love this design, and it's also super custom, but I know you can see a little bit of it over there, but it's not really that big of a deal, to be fair. We could also do, hold on, let me move it to that side a little bit more, just so you can't see it from this side but you can from that side, but we're not going to worry about that. I'm going to move it over here. There we go, somewhere around the entrance of this staircase area. I wish this pot came in like different colors. I don't think so. Yeah, it doesn't. So unfortunately we're gonna have to stick with this little like tan color, which I don't really mind. Could also incorporate one over here, and this one's not really gonna look that great, so let me just adjust it. But yeah, let me add those benches that Urban Guy mentioned a few moments ago. I just don't know where to incorporate them though. Like, really don't have that much space around here. And I'm also thinking I want to make this swimming pool area a little bit smaller, because I noticed that we can add a few sun lounges around like this front area. I think that would look pretty cool. Yeah, Diamond, honestly, I have the same issue with you. Like, don't look at this and think like I have it down either. I kind of struggle with them as well. These are like the only ones that I kind of do custom, because I kind of can make them work a little bit here and there. But besides these, they don't they don't cooperate with me either. But yeah, I don't try to mess around with so many custom plants, because sometimes they don't work, so I just don't bother with them. But I do end up using the tool mod to like size it down specifically. So if you are building on PC, I highly recommend that mod. I'm sure you probably already have it, but it's just still good to let everyone know about it, because there's always new people who like write stuff in comments and stuff, and I'm like, really, like, they're completely brand new and they have no clue how to play the game, which is really cool and surprising that so many new players join every day. Yeah, this could be a nice little outdoor not seating, but sometimes some type of like play area and stuff. But I just don't know what we could well, I do know, like, we can have the playground here and stuff, but I just don't think it's gonna be like, it's not gonna make a lot of sense. It's gonna look so overcrowded. And we have a few of these extra little foliage pieces here. We're gonna end up changing them in a moment, but let me just move a few of these plants and stuff around the area. Kind of going through the wall, which is a bit annoying, but it would have been really nice to, you know, if we don't want to have anything over here, we could just place this really huge palm plant in the corner. Kind of just helps us avoid adding any of the playground equipment and stuff. But I still, maybe we can try to add a few, I don't know. Let me see if we can add one of the smaller ones. Oh yeah, we need to get rid of that. We need to go. So maybe like even just like a little tiny one over here could potentially work. Still better than nothing, right? Because I'm still trying to like focus on making it dedicated to become like a family home. So just want to have a few of those elements implemented within this build. Here, give me 1 second, you guys. One moment, you guys. 1 second, everybody. Having a bit of a water break. Highly recommend you guys drink some water as well if you guys haven't yet. Okay. Let's see. I don't really hate this little playground thingy that we added over here, but it's still not like great, you know? It's not what I wanted. But I still want to go with it because it's just like adding some extra functionality to this build, which is kind of like one of my top priorities. And let's just add a few, you know what, we can move this palm plant over here. We'll mess around with that in a moment. Let's just add one of my favorite fencing pieces. The what is it? The get to work one. Just around like the little edges, just so it doesn't look so plain around here. Definitely does help break up a little bit and make it seem as if it's actually built in, you know, like the concrete bits. It's not going to go all the way to the edge, but I think that's fine, to be honest, for this build. Now, you know what? I think smooth this. Still kind of puzzled with this design. Like, it's so squished down, low-key. Like, I personally probably wouldn't. I don't know. Like, I really don't think this design is 100% like aesthetic to me, but don't really have much of a choice at the moment. I think we have matching railings for this, the concrete balustrades, the one from the Discover University expansion pack. Might be mistaken. There should be one though. Could also use this one from the Life and Death expansion pack, but they're still not the same. Still kind of give off the same vibe, I guess. And kind of just, you know what, I don't want to also... It looks a bit weird if I don't have it, but at the same time it looks weird if I don't. You know, it's one of them ones. I think we're not going to have it. I think it looks better without it, to be honest. Could try to maybe change the stairs themselves. Definitely not that. Maybe like a dark green. I swear I picked the green. Maybe like a dark color could look pretty cool for the stairs, but I kind of want to keep it elegant, so let's go back to this one again. I'm gonna copy this concrete walling, the masonry walling here, this one, this one. Gonna add a few sun lounges here and there, so I'm just like kind of like filling out a few of the spaces and then just like working out what I think is necessary to incorporate, you know. So let's just go and add a few of these sun lounges. I think I'm going to use the one that came from the Desert Lux kit. We could also go for something that feels a little bit more outdated, maybe something like the ones from Island Living. They have a bit of a curve to them, kind of matches the old money aesthetic, something that feels a little bit more tacky but still very luxurious, you know. I don't know why I just said that this looks tacky. It doesn't really look that tacky, but like, you guys get what I mean. Like, it just has a bit more detailing to it than the Desert Lux kit one. I'm just gonna add a few of these around here. That looks pretty cool. And to be fair, we could also go for different tiling around this entire build. I know I've been literally saying that the entire time, but I feel like I've just been like really stuck on this tiling in particular. Kind of want to add a little foliage around here. Looking a little bit there. But if I do that, it looks like this area is so like cramped up, you know? What if I move this over like that? This is gonna look so thin though if I do something like this. I was kind of thinking of doing something like this and then kind of making this part smaller as well, but I feel like the full having its own unique design is fine. It's not really that big of a deal. How about we leave that there and then I feel like we could definitely incorporate a bit of color into this build. So let's just add a few of these plants. And I swear there's like one really vibrant white sort of detailed plant somewhere. I used quite a lot in my previous build, but I don't remember where it was. Kind of like this one, but it's like plain white. Maybe it's in this? Yeah, it's, you know, I think these could look pretty cool around the area. Do low-key want to surround it with a few hedges though, so let's just try that again real quick. And I know it's really close to the stairs. I don't really like that design either. We could also like just get rid of this stairs, you know, and just have it be like this. Might look a little bit empty though. It's not really giving what I was expecting. Now I'm gonna keep the stairs back. I mean, this is kind of the consequences of working with such a small lot, like a little area. We don't really have a lot of work to do with. Well, you know what could look really cool over here? Hold on, like a little curved raised bit. I think that would look pretty cool. Hold on, I'm literally trying to add even more space, even though we have no space. But I just feel like this design could look pretty cool. Just like to overlook the overall like balcony area could look pretty nice. It's like a little balcony area, you know, for like the foundation area. Yeah, tried to make it seem like it was an infinity pool just on like this side, but I don't know. I guess it kind of gives that impression across. I just feel like sometimes the pool area just takes up so much space, but then I'm like, you know, I can't really do much about it at the moment. But yeah, even though this is going to take up quite a bit of space around the middle of the lot, it's definitely going to add that sort of like missing detail, you know, that I was kind of looking for. So instead of adding foliage pieces there, I think it'll be pretty cool to house a few of these like little curvatures around it. Let me just move this in real quick. Something like this I was thinking of. We could try to make it a little bit more thingy. There we go, something like that. And we'll deal with this pool area in a minute. Hold on. Let me just add this area over here. I think this looks a lot better. What do you guys think? Definitely feels a little bit more open than what we had initially. At least for that like little middle bit area. And of course, ideally, I would have wanted to have like curved staircases, like leading you down to this area. Obviously, we don't have anything like that, so we're gonna just have to work with what we got, you know. And how about we just make this little pool area a little bit smaller? I don't know how that's gonna work though, because I might have to move everything by like one tile to the left, maybe. No. There we go. Low-key want to have like a row of hedges around here, even though it's like so close to the wall, and like where we have the fence piece, I mean the staircase, sorry, I think it's still going to look a lot nicer. So let's just do that real quick. Hey Keisha Williams, welcome to the stream, glad to see you here. And Soul Souls, thank you so much for that, I really do appreciate it. I'm glad to hear that you like my build, thanks so much. But yeah, first time streaming on TikTok at the moment, just seeing how it goes. We've been building and like doing it for a while on YouTube and Twitch, but for like, you know what, I have quite a bit of an audience on TikTok as well, so I was like, you know what, let me just go live there as well, see what happens for like the first day. But you guys have been amazing, so I really do appreciate it. But yeah, just trying to do a bit of trial and error for this backyard area. It's not going, I mean, it's going well, but it's not 100% like, you know, I'm still like trying to figure out what we're going to do for this backyard area with like a few designs and stuff, without like trying to take inspiration from somewhere in particular. Just like going with the flow, seeing what looks the best and stuff. Just move these quick. Yeah, I was thinking something like this could look pretty cool. A lot of old looking manors have these like curves and like a lot of hedges and stuff, so I'm kind of just like trying to mimic that off the top of my head, and of course to make it suitable for this build. Kind of want to surround this like little area, like this little curved bit, with plants and stuff, like flowers and like vibrant colors, but we're kind of limited with the spaces, so you know, trying to make everything work a little bit, it's a bit tricky. Oh, thank you for the rose, by the way, I really do appreciate it. I literally just saw it. Keisha Williams, thank you so much. Love to see that you're on TikTok. Yeah, I'm glad. Thank you guys to all of you guys who have been welcoming and stuff on the stream. Been really nice to like hang out with you guys on a Friday afternoon. Hope all of you guys are having a great Friday afternoon, by the way, or evening, wherever you guys are. I know a lot of my audiences are from so many different parts of the world, including the USA, so got to cater to them and make sure that I can like deliver on time and stuff to you guys as well, because we have like a 5-hour difference, I believe, from the UK, so you know, just a bit of a difference. I don't think we're gonna have any space for that, so let's just do this. But yeah, it's nice little small plant design over here. It might look a little bit crazy right now, a little bit too detailed, but it's okay, it's fine. We'll figure out it as we go. If we don't like it later on, we'll end up changing it. But I think it's pretty cool for now. It's not too bad. It's better than what we had before, which was so empty and it looked so dull. What lot is this on? It's the 50 by 40 lot, and it's the 50 by 40 when it's like horizontal, you know, like it's wide rather than it being like the long one. And we are building in San Sequoia, which is the wall that came from the Growing Together expansion pack. I tried to move it to like a 50 by 50 lot, but I tried in yesterday's stream because I stream on like YouTube and Twitch before we moved on to TikTok as well. And we couldn't find any spaces that were like kind of appropriate for this build. I'm sure you guys will definitely find a very nice location for it and like change up a little bit and whatnot. But for me personally, I was like, you know, I'm gonna stay here. I really love the way it looked from like, you know, like this little environment that it had for the background. It just looked really nice, and I feel like it definitely has potential. But yeah, so we pretty much did the shell yesterday for the front and the back, and I feel like it turned out pretty nice. We haven't really focused too much on like the sides and stuff. Kind of wanted to do a bit on the backyard area at the moment, and then we can obviously move on into doing some of the extra details around this entire build. But yeah, just like let me get rid of these areas real quick. Let's see, since we have a bit more space open on this side, I kind of want to have a plant pot like over here as well. I know it's kind of lopsided right now, but kind of want to add either like another fireplace over there, but hold on. I don't want my fireplaces to look random, you know. Yeah, maybe we could repeat the same fireplace design on this side as well, solely because I just feel like it looks a little bit nicer. It is low-key a bit of a nightmare though, trying to place it next to where we have the there we go. What if I just do that and then I move the column? There we go. So it kind of clips in a little bit. It is a bit weird having so many fireplaces on like both sides, but it's not too bad. What do you guys think? I was also thinking, how about we add a curve on this side? Is it gonna work? Oh wait, you know what I just noticed? We need to get rid of this and add this, because we just moved it by one tile to the other side, so it kind of makes sense to do that. Let me just change up a little bit real quick. There we go. Yeah, looks a little bit better. And you know what, we can actually get rid of this. It doesn't really need to be there, so let's just add a little one of these plants in the vase and stuff. We're custom building it with using the royalty pack items and stuff. Just looks a little bit nicer, to be honest, and it fits that like over the top sort of like elegant vibe that we're trying to go for, you know. And we can also use a few of the existing things as well, so let me just bring those out as well. I believe they came from the romantic garden game pack, if I remember correctly, or the stuff pack. I don't remember which one it was, but there was this in particular. Let me see if I find it. Something like this. There we go. These, I really love using this in my fancy looking homes, and this one as well. These will look very nice in this build, so we're just going to go for these. And I don't know where I'm going to add any more of these like pushes and stuff like that, so I'm going to delete that for now. You ever get the chance to gameplay in Zoe builds? Honestly, not that much. Not as much as you guys might think, because I feel like if I go, I spend quite a lot of time building, to the point where I'm just like, you know what, do I want to spend like even more time like just playing and stuff? But I do try to here and there, don't get me wrong, I definitely do, especially obviously since before uploading them to the gallery I have to play test it, so still get a chance to do stuff like that here and there for my builds, so I still get a bit of playtime out of them. So yeah, for sure, definitely do get a bit of playtime from my own build. But honestly, when it comes to me building these homes, I just like admire them, you know. I like looking at the build itself, you know, like once it's complete. And what do you guys think about this flooring, by the way? Do you guys think we should keep it? Do you guys want me to change it? I don't mind it, but it looks very modern for like a very old money manor looking mansion, you know. Thank you, Soul Souls. I really do appreciate it. I mean, at least you guys get to enjoy them, you know, so can't complain too much about it. Oh, 1 second, guys. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the stream. I'm really glad to see that on Twitch. I'm sorry if I noticed it late. I have it open on another side. You already know the drill, but I look at them a little bit late because I get too focused on the build. But I hope you're doing great. You like it? You like the pots next to the stairs? Because that's great to hear. Thanks so much. Yeah, I have to agree with you. I like the pots a lot nicer than the fire pit that we had. We also have this like little shape over here. We might add a few fire pits here and there if we really want to, but I feel like it's not really that necessary at the moment, so we're just going to keep it like that for now. Still not really sure, really happy with this like huge island bit that we have over here. I like the design of it, but it just looks super basic. So how about we just spice it up a little bit, just change it, the design just a tad bit, maybe add a few of these let's see, like these corner pieces. And you might be like, what the hell is this guy doing now? But trust the process, guys. I'm gonna try to make it look really cool. Hold on, give me a moment. So I was thinking, how about we add a little bar right in the middle of this area? I think that's gonna just elevate it a little bit more, make it a little bit more functional. So we have the actual barbecue stand, and we also have a little bar area as well with the counter, just to make it a bit more functional. Yeah, I feel like a lot of builders understand the thing like about like building and then not having to like have enough time to like play it, or just like probably not choosing to even play them like by themselves because maybe they're just like over the build and they don't want to look at it anymore, you know, or like, you know, they might have spent too much time that day specifically on the Sims, so they want to like spend the rest of the day doing something else, which is obviously totally understandable. Everyone has so many different hobbies, especially if you play the Sims. I'm sure people who play the Sims are obviously like known to be very creative and stuff, so they probably have different hobbies and stuff. Obviously want to play different games, just do other stuff in general, to be honest, so it's completely understandable. But yeah, I think we're going to use these standalone event bars, even though they might not... Wait, hold on, do they have a green hue to them? I swear these are white. What? It looks so green, does it not, guys? It looks like a mint green, like low-key. I don't know, I really wanted to use them. I don't mind it, but let's use them for now, and then if we don't like it, we'll change it. But it does have a bit of a weird green hue to them for some reason. So I was thinking, what if we just do something like this, and then... Hold on. How the hell does this work? See, I never get these to work. So, oh, okay, so it's supposed to be on like this side, but we're gonna use it for this. So that's the main reason why it doesn't work. But I kind of went like an L-shaped design, like kind of going down over here. How about we do... Oh. Yeah, it's like a greenish grayish color, like it's a bit weird. Kind of looks like it's been out for too long. You know, it's a bit weird, but oh well. We'll just keep it for now. If we don't like it, we'll change it. But I wanted to create some sort of L-shaped design because I think it's going to just help with breaking up that really basic sort of singular line design up by a little bit. It's also going to mean that the actual bar area, or like this little outdoor area, is going to look really huge. So what if we just do something like this instead, just using the little corner pieces? Then it's going to look super tiny, you know. Like you can never win with the Sims, but I think it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. I think the other base game counter is a single unit as well, so we could try to use that one as well, because I feel like the green is low-key throwing me off a bit. Wait, is this the same thing? Yep, same thing. Could also go for this one, like a stony textured one. Ideally, I did want to have the bar counters around here though. I mean, that still works actually. Hold on. Even though they're two completely different sets, like, it still kind of works. So I'm going to do that actually. Hold on. Let me get rid of that. Place that right in between. Perfect. So it kind of works in my favor, low-key. Like, this is the island counter. This is not an island counter, but it kind of matches at the end of the day. So we're going to keep that. And I don't know where to put this, the dining table. I would have loved to have it like right next to where we have the barbecue stand and stuff, but it looks a little bit squished, doesn't it? Like it's a little bit too close to each other. I do also like the idea of having the dining table right where we have this thingy, kind of like around here, something like that. Yeah, I feel like it definitely does look pretty cool at the moment, but I definitely will take any suggestions that you guys have, because it is a relatively big looking outdoor area, and I don't know, I just feel like we don't really have a lot of specific stuff to fill it up with, in my opinion. I'm checking out a few things real quick. Let me just see if I can get a bit of inspiration. But I feel like I can't really, like, I don't know, nothing is really enticing me to build it or like create it, you know? Like we can elevate it and like potentially like lower it down a little bit with the platforms. That could be pretty cool to like lower it down. That looks a bit too ridiculous, so that might not work. Let me also extend it out. Oh wait, we're supposed to do a little design here, weren't we? Hold on, I completely forgot about that. Whoops. Thank God for speed builds being really quick, because you would just see me just jot around like every single corner of the build, like just like going back and forth with so many different things, because the second an idea comes into my mind, like immediately let me just try to implement it. But yeah, just basically just trying to mimic the same design that we have on the second floor on the bottom. And just remove this back real quick. But yeah, something like that. It looks a little bit, it's okay, not too bad. And we can also add a what was it called, the sprinklers, like the water sprinklers. Oh wait, before I forget, let me also add a few of these outdoor lighting fixtures within the swimming pool. So what was I going to do real quick? I was going to add these the emitters, the water emitters. They actually are pretty cool when you're like live in the game and stuff. So I believe I used the medium, yeah, the medium leaping ones are pretty cool, and I just like tried to use them around like corners of builds. They kind of just like add a bit of extra detailing. I mean, this area is swimmable, but it's kind of just like there for more for like look purposes, you know. Yeah, let me add a one of these ladders over here. But yes, I feel like when it comes to creating in The Sims, I feel like the backyard is relatively tricky for me, to be honest. I feel like we don't really have a lot of items, that's why. Or maybe I'm just like not used to creating with like so many different unique items. I kind of always go back to using some of my favorite default objects. Yeah, I think we should also change the water. I feel like a lot of people love using the get together one. I mean, me included. I just feel like it looks really good. Could also try to use this one from Royalty, but it just makes it look a little bit more aqua, not aqua, but like less aqua, to be honest, like a bit more greenish. Both look pretty good to me, to be honest. I kind of go for like this really ridiculous color for my my manners and stuff, but it doesn't match this like fake cool thing that we have in the middle. So we're gonna go for the get together one. That's pretty cool. And obviously can't forget the wallpapers themselves as well. Really forgot to change those, so let's just do that as well. Oh no, I completely forgot to change the flooring for that as well, so let me just do that. And of course over here as well, there we go. Just so it all matches nicely. And We can also go for like a nice little design in the swimming pool area itself, maybe. I know we tried this like earlier in the stream, but it just didn't really look that great. But nah, that's not it. That's pretty cool, to be honest. This one, it's relatively like muted, you know, like the design itself. So we could go for this. I believe this is base game. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So let's go for that for the swim area. It's not too bad. You can barely notice it. And this area is already worrying in itself. Let's change that. Kind of want to change all of this tiling, but I just don't know what to do. This makes it look way too plain, so I can't go for that. I really like this one, but it's very plain looking as well, so I might have to stick with this one. Let's also move this out of the way. Let's get rid of this. Let's add a few of these around the area. We'll come back to the main like sort of like functionality spaces here and there later on, but I feel like I've spent so much time like doing trial and error on them that I feel like it's taking so long. What was that thingy called? Was it the gazebo? It wasn't called that. What was it called? I completely forgot. It came from the Riviera Retreat, I think. Riviera Retreat. Oh, I actually really like the plant, so let's just use that. No, it's like, let me just place it out real quick and then we'll use it if we want to. Could also add a few of these pool lamps and stuff here and there. I don't really get creative with like using these things around the pool, but might as well since I'm just noticing them and just using them. And we'll move those around as well here. These Carla Mendes, yeah, this is our build. We built it like 2 days ago on stream, and we're just continuing doing the backyard of it. Yeah, so we built it completely on stream live if you want to check out. But yeah, we're just doing the image that you can see on the top left hand side of your screen, just like seeing if we could recreate those images within the Sims 4, which is like a nice little fun little activity to do. Yeah, also going to incorporate a few of these areas here, and I think it will be really nice if we add a few of these shades and stuff around the top part of the build. So on over here I think will be pretty nice, and I want to add some extra little end tables as well, so let's do that. But yeah, I don't think we want to stay with the black and white. Let's go for these. Go brown swatch. We go for a darker brown. I think those are way nicer, at least for this home. I think the entire home is really black and white anyway, so if we just change it up a little bit, I think it's going to look a little bit nicer. And I noticed that we need to move these around as well. And the Sims will be able to go here, but we'll obviously still play test it later on. At least I will in my own time. But yeah, just gonna add a few of these here. Oh, thank you so much, Carl. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. I try my best, you know. Not the greatest, but you know, just putting in our effort, trying to see how great we can get at building in The Sims. We're just gonna add a few. Whoa! I think I accidentally clicked this one. This is such a tiny thing. What the hell is this? So tiny. But yeah, just gonna add a few of these here and there. Honestly, trays just help with clutter, in my opinion. Like the best thing ever in The Sims is just these like little tray objects that you can just place around your builds and stuff. Especially for someone like me who like tries to build as much as possible in The Sims, things can get a bit tricky to like keep on adding clutter over and over again. So adding a few of these tray tables here and there definitely are very useful and helpful. And they just had a bit of realism, to be honest. Like I feel like a lot of people have trays and stuff like this in their homes and stuff. Go for a darker color. Let's make it stand out a little bit more. Could also add one of those the diving tables, the diving boards. Messed up there, Loki, a little bit, but it's fine. Could add one of those over here. It's not too bad. I would go for the taller ones, but they're kind of ruining the aesthetic, so we're not going to go for those. Is it? Yeah, it's all just the base game and the Sims pack. We don't use any CC, at least for not for now. I would always clarify and let you guys know if I ever use CC in my future builds, but I tend to focus on the packs and stuff for you guys because it's just a bit more easily accessible to every single person. But if you guys have any suggestions in particular for this build, I'm open to hearing any of you guys out and just like incorporating anything you guys like might want to see within this build. I'm not really liking, so I'll just be upfront with what I'm thinking with the build at the moment. I'm still not really sure with this like main middle section that we have over here, solely because it just feels really like open and empty, and that is kind of like not what I'm trying to go for. So I could potentially try to get rid of something like that, but then it will kind of make this area feel obsolete, you know, like there's no tiling around here. Because I kind of want to break this part apart a little bit, like add a bit of this over here. It's gonna look a little bit like weird, like what the hell is he doing, but if we break it up a little bit, it might, you know, help with the detailing a little bit and how much space is being used up. So let me just raise this back up real quick. I love that because sometimes I don't know how to use it to the max. So excited I found my page. Thank you so much. I'm really glad that you found us. I really do appreciate the like you staying here and just like watching the stream. I really do appreciate it genuinely. But yeah, I hope you can get like a nice bit of like ideas, like a good use out of this stream, just like to see how like the process of going of it. As you guys can currently see, like even from like the beginning of the stream, like I wasn't like really sure with what I was like gonna do and stuff, but I feel like it's slowly coming together very nicely. And honestly, within the Sims, I feel like that's kind of like the main thing about building. Kind of just a nice little process. Like it's not going to be 100% perfect the second you start building, you know. It's like a bit of trial and error here and there. I mean, I'm sure there's a few creators and stuff within the community who can just like immediately just like cook something up in like 2 seconds, which is like good for them. But like for everyone else, including me, it's not always that way, you know. Like you still have to like, you know, try a few things out, see if it works. If it doesn't, you just switch up a little bit and just hope for the best, you know. But yeah, so I was thinking, what if we cut out all of this? And you guys might be thinking, of what the hell is he doing? But I still really low-key like this walkway over here, but it doesn't make sense that we added fencing over here and then like left it open. I really like the idea of leaving it open, but at the same time it just like low-key kind of just like, I don't know, like I don't want to close it off either. I'm also like really indecisive. If you guys want to get to know me, that's you guys just need to know that from the start. I'm a bit indecisive when it comes to a few designs here and there, because I feel like everything could work very nicely, but I want to do something that is going to be liked by everyone else. Does that make sense? Like obviously I'm trying to build the builds for you guys, so I want to make sure that you guys like it. And just like trying to appeal to you guys basically is what I'm trying to say. So I'm not trying to go for what I think would look good for my type of taste, if that makes sense. So what if I add a few of these walls on this side? Would that be crazy? Would that be bad? And then right in the middle over here we can add some type of like fake fence piecing from debug. Hold on, once I show you guys the vision, it will make a little bit more sense. Give me 1 second, you guys. We can also add a row of like plants and flowers around here as well, but before we do that, let me just add a fake iron railing that's going to be like really small. I think it could be a really cool way of like making it exposed and open, but also kind of like adding that bit of like privacy or like safety thing, even though it's not that necessary for the Sims. Still think it's going to be pretty cool. Hey Rems from YouTube, thanks so much for watching and hanging out on the stream. I really do appreciate it. Put plants, leave it open with more plants. It's too much flooring right now, more greenery. Yes, okay, great. Okay, thank you for that. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, I really like when people give me suggestions and stuff, so I could just like try to implement it into the build. But yeah, I agree with you. There was a lot of flooring going on, and I want to change that a little bit, just by a few bits here and there. So I'm going to try to do that really quickly. Give me 1 second. I'm going to do something and then you guys can agree or disagree with it. But I'm trying to find this like really, it's one of the debug fencing. I know it comes in like the normal fencing option as well, but I'm trying to find the debug version of it so I can place it next to the edge of the lot, because obviously you guys know you can't place fencing and wall pieces around the edge. So just trying to find something that's a bit more customizable. Thank you so much, Rems, for the support on my previous builds as well. Then I really do appreciate it so much, genuinely. Thanks so much. I'm glad to hear that you like them. So yeah, I put a lot of effort into them, so it's good to hear people liking my build. So thank you so much once again. But yeah, so what was I gonna say? This wait, hold on, let me take this out as well. So yeah, I raised up my thing. I'm using the Better Build by mod, in case you guys are wondering. I'm sorry if you guys have been on the live stream for a while and I've been repeating it, but just want to say for the new people who have been joining, if you guys are wondering how I'm like making my catalog a little bit bigger, it's by Twisted Mexi. It's a really good mod and it's obviously for free. It's really useful and functional and stuff. So yeah, just like try to open up a little bit, trying to find the object that I'm looking for, just so it saves a bit of time. Wait, hold on, give me 1 second. Trying to find it. It's not one of these. It's something like this, you know, like it's like this, but it's like a black one. It looks way nicer. It's kind of like this, I guess, but it's not really what I was looking for. But if I just like place this all the way around over here, I think that would look pretty cool. But it's not this one. It's kind of one that has like a bit of like a rounded detailing to it. It's not that one either. The fence piece that I might be talking about might be like an actual fence piece. It might not be from debug, which kind of sucks. So it might not be able to use it. But oh, you know what? Let me take these out real quick because these are so good. I really like using these ones. I don't understand why this is not a normal table in chess. That you can only find these in debug. But I truly love these objects in particular. They're so cool. Let me see what else we got. Clumped up dirt. We can actually use dirt. Clumped up grass. We can actually use those in certain areas. Definitely going to be using that as well. Just to take those out. See, I literally open the debug mode and I'm always guaranteed to pick some more than what I'm expected to take out, you know. Oh, this one's pretty cool, but it's way too big, you know, like it's not gonna work. This one's pretty cool if we, oh, it's literally just a thin PNG, man. But if we put this like together, would it be weird? It will kind of look like a cool iron railing sort of design, but it's way too thin. It's not going to work for this build. We'll have to go for something like this, but oh, that's a picture as well. What the hell? Hold on. Wait, we actually have a few other options here from debug. This could be pretty cool. Hold on. This one's pretty nice. Debug. I think I just accidentally found every single one of the railing things. Hold on. These are all pretty good options. But yeah, I was thinking of this one initially, but it's literally just a flat PNG, so we're not going to be using that. Yeah, let's go for this one. Oh wait, what the hell? Okay. Oh wait, you know what? This just reminded me that we should probably save. I always save using this little method instead of just using like the normal save. This just immediately saves it to your gallery, like your local gallery. So it kind of just means that even if I crash, I could just like upload it from the gallery, like the one that we just saved right now. And you know, it's just like a bit easier than just like pressing save, in my opinion. Sometimes the save button might like infinitely load and stuff, and you might lose your entire build overall. So yeah, just like a nice little precaution to take if you guys also enjoy building within The Sims. But yeah, I'm gonna just place these in a row. I think this kind of gives it that openness that we're looking for, low-key, but also just like covers it up a bit. What do you guys think about this? Oh, Rems, that's so kind. Thank you so much. I hope I'm making this a little bit better for a few people who don't like building. I hope so. Thank you so much, Rems, for even just like supporting, even though you're not playing at the moment. I genuinely do appreciate that. You like this one, yeah? Looks amazing so far. Thank you so much, Louise. I really do appreciate that. For even sticking around for them pretty much the entire time. I really do appreciate it so much. But yeah, so if we just try to use this black railing around the area, I think it could look pretty cool. Once again, I don't know if we should like size it up, because we want to like kind of make it feel a bit open around the middle. I think it's going to be a unique design. I don't think I've done something like this before, but I'm down to like do like unique designs like this here and there occasionally, especially since we have that like waterfront view. I feel like it only makes sense to just have a bit of like a nice view, you know? But if I had to move this lot into like a different location, I'll probably move it to, I don't know, maybe like a Brindleton Bay, where we have like a bit more water. Definitely a fan of your work for at least 2 years. Oh, 2 years? Really? Wow, thank you so much. That means you probably first see my videos on YouTube then, because I didn't have this TikTok channel for 2 years, so I really do appreciate it. Wow, thank you. You must be like an OG, so I really do appreciate it. I tried to like I'll consider like my YouTube account is relatively old, but I haven't like posted consistently ever since like the last 2 years, I believe. So pretty much like when you joined. So I'll still consider myself relatively new to like content creation, in my opinion. I've been doing it for so many years, but like taking it a little bit more seriously in the past couple years, if that makes sense. So yeah, I really do appreciate that, and thank you so much for like sticking around us for so long. Like genuinely is so cool to like hear that, because a lot of the people who do actually watch me at the moment are relatively new people, which is not a problem at all. I still appreciate it so much, but just knowing that people watch me from so long ago and then come back is truly like an honor. Like I really do appreciate it. Thank you for finding like value in my content. Yeah, what the hell is going on here? It's not like cooperating. Hold on. Oh wait, you know what? I just completely forgot how we're gonna have to solve this issue over here, because if we add the wall here, it's gonna be like, it's gonna make this part obsolete. You know what? I'll probably think about something weird and just add like a underground basement here or something if I was playing in this and like trying to be silly. I don't know, just like to add a bit of fun to the game, I guess, like a little secret hideaway or something. I don't know, but I feel like some people down in the build will be like, what the hell is this, and just get rid of it. So obviously it's not like a custom home for me, so I'm not gonna do weird stuff like that, but you know, just like food for thought, you know, just like something that people could implement if they want to. Could be like a little secret hideout area and stuff, but I don't think we're going to be like keeping that within this build, unfortunately. But yeah, that's so cool. Louise, you're going to bed now, but looking forward to seeing it finished. Yeah, no worries, Louise. Hope you have a great night, and thank you so much for joining. I really do appreciate it, and hope you have great sleep. Imayo, hey, welcome to the stream. Being all here. Oh, okay. Thank you so much for being on the stream. I really do appreciate it. Even though you haven't said anything, it doesn't really matter. You don't like the spikes. Oh, interesting. We could try to switch it up. I don't mind it. That wasn't actually my initial goal anyway. I was trying to go for something that looked a little bit more like smaller, a little bit more like unnoticeable, like the curved fence pieces. This was kind of like the only thing that kind of came about it. I'm not sure about the spikes. Okay, we have two people not sure about the spikes. Okay, we're gonna have to change it then. That's not a problem. Not an issue. We'll figure something else out. Louise, keep it small as in my real life. Yeah, 100%. Definitely want to keep it small so you guys can see the view still. But we will change it up and like see what we can incorporate. I don't mind it at all, to be honest. So let's just change it up a little bit. And you know what? I just noticed the time. So no wonder you're going to sleep, Louise. It's quite late in the UK, you guys. It's almost 1 p.m. But it's fine because tomorrow's a Saturday. It's not too big of a deal. But I'll probably hang around a little bit more. I definitely wanted to get a little bit more done than what we did today, which I'm kind of ashamed of to admit. But I mean, I might have to stream again tomorrow if you guys are down for it. I don't really mind, to be honest. We'll get rid of these. We can add something else here, or we could just leave it completely empty. I know a lot of you guys, oh, you know what? We could just add hedges. I don't know why I didn't think of that the first time. Like, we can add those really small hedge pieces. Let's just do that real quick because I want to see if that could work. Because I know like most of the gameplay is going to be happening around here, like if you were in the backyard area. So I want to make sure that it's as visible as possible, you know, from every angle. So let's just add a hedge piece over here real quick. So the hedge piece that I'm thinking of is like the standalone individual one, so these ones, and we could just hold on. So we could just do something like this and just go all the way, like do like a nice little row. You know, it could also be quite crazy to add like something like this and then add a seating area over here. Could be quite cool, but then again, it kind of like defeats the purpose of having like the privacy hedge thingy. I don't know. What do you guys think? We liking the hedges a little bit more. Do I have a schedule for streaming? That's a great question. Unfortunately, I have no clue. I don't really have like a proper schedule, but I try to stream every single day besides Monday during the weekdays. I will try to go live on Saturdays and Sundays as well, but I just feel like I try to focus on finishing the builds on Saturdays and Sundays off live so I can get them ready on Monday. And then because I spend so much time preparing them for Monday, I'm just like, I don't have time to like do the live stream on Mondays. It's kind of confusing, but ideally I want to be able to post like long form content on like Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays, even though that's not possible with the Sinsor builds because they take so long to do. I'm literally just like spilling everything to you guys, but like I'm just like trying to explain the schedule. But yeah, long story short, try to do every single weekday and occasionally Saturdays and Sundays, but the goal is obviously to like post like the long form content of these live streams on the following Monday, if that makes sense. Imal, you like the way it's looking? Yeah, okay, that's glad to hear. Thank you so much for that. Yes, the space by the pool. okay, we could do like a fireplace hangout on that side. That could be a pretty cool idea. It reminds me of a brocade from a villa I stayed in Jamaica. Oh, okay. If it's something, if you experience something like that in real life, that could be pretty cool to implement in the game. Then I guess I was also thinking of like a fireplace, like a seating area. We could also place it like where we have this like green grass area. This little playground area looks a little bit lame. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like, it's so tiny and it's not really that useful. But I feel like having another seating area over here is so unnecessary when we have this. So we can add a little seating area over here, I guess. The hedging is perfect. Okay, great. Glad to hear. Debug gazebo in place with that art. Ooh. Debug gazebo. Now that is very tricky because I have absolutely no clue which gazebo you're talking about. I don't know if there's like a famous debug gazebo, you know. But you know what? It's kind of annoying me that it's not aligned. You know, it's not in the middle. Quite annoying. But it's in the middle, like in between the hedges, but these like the border thingy, you know. I was thinking if we got like a nice little like seating area over here, that could be pretty cool. But let me try real quick. You know, like even something like this, like a small little seater right in the middle, could look pretty cool. It might look a little bit ridiculous, but I can just imagine like it being a pretty nice little gameplay feature, like just to have some extra little random seat features. Or you know what, we could just get rid of this. I don't know why I did that. I thought like it would be like a nice little thing for like storytelling or whatever, but maybe not. Maybe just look too weird. Maybe just covering up was the better option, so let's just do that. And I know we just added a few of these debug mode thingies over here, but let me just move these. Let me move these around. See, I would love to have some like seating or something around here. That could be really nice around the swimming pool area. But obviously these are not real seats, so they're not going to work. So I was thinking, what about we just like place these around here instead? So they're kind of just like out of the way, you know? Yeah, I agree, Diamond. I think that looks a little bit better without the that weird arch that we had in the middle. Yeah, 100% Rem. Definitely easily like switchable, you know, with like depending on everyone else's gameplay. Because obviously not every single person is going to be playing with like kids and stuff, so it could be like a nice easy switch. But yeah, I ideally wanted to like add different walkways and pathways. This still feels like there's a lot of flooring going on, but I feel like it kind of also makes sense to just leave it for now. I will come back to doing anything else over here if we need to later on, but I feel like I spent already like pretty much 90% of the stream over here anyway, so let's just try to move on into adding some of these extra little details around the lot itself. So once again, just going around with this fancy looking vase plant thingy all the way around the build. I think this just looks very nice overall in general, so I'm just going to try to incorporate these in certain little nooks and crannies and stuff. Could definitely see like a nice little view like this in one of my shorts, you know. It looks really nice like this, like little view. And we didn't really add anything on this side, but it's not really that big of a deal. And need to copy this foundation thing over here. It was messing up a bit. And oh yeah, we need to add one of these column thingies over on the side. But yeah, if I might actually change a few stuff here and there off stream, and you guys would obviously see it happen. It won't change that much, like I won't obviously change crazy like shaping and design and whatnot, but a few like objects here and there might change here and there, like based on like how I feel the next day once I like move on into adding details and stuff to the build. Because I'm still not 100% happy with this, but you know, I mean, I am working with a very restricted amount of space, so kind of have that against me. I don't know what's going on with these like these new object thingy, the icon thingies. Ever since that new update that came out like yesterday or the other day, just been showing those a lot lately, and it's quite annoying. But yeah, they've been happening like literally just today. Hasn't really happened any other day, which is a bit odd. But yeah, also always love using these event bins as well. They're just one of my go-tos, to be honest. Everyone I believe has them, so it's just nice and easy to use them. But yeah, so we just have like a nice little flat line like this going across, and it would be really nice to have like some seating over here, I guess. I also want to incorporate a telescope. And potentially like a chest thingy as well, because I want to make sure that I incorporate some of these functional objects, even if people won't use them. It's just quite important to have a few of these additional functional pieces around this home, especially since it's a relatively expensive home. I feel like people would probably expect to have these more additional functional pieces. I don't want to use these chairs, man. I've been using them so much in this backyard. These look kind of like, I mean, they are literally for camping, but they look so campy, like they don't really match our aesthetic, so we're not going to go for that. You know, we could add these, we could still add these around over here, maybe? What do we think of these? I think these could be a nice little addition. And we can add like some extra little plants and stuff around here. You know what we could add? I mean, it might be crazy. Just give me a second. Let me like visually see the craziness and then I can disagree. But I thought it could be quite cool to house those here as well. What do you guys think? It would be pretty cool. I know in certain areas they look a bit weird, but we'll just move those. You know, for this middle bit, we can add the chest table here instead. Oh, I kind of want to pick a chest table that has a better color than that. I like this design, but the chest color is a bit, it's kind of like throwing me off a bit. I think city living is a little bit more of a popular pack, so let's just pick one from there. They're literally the same thing anyway. Perfect. Filling up space. Yeah, I would love more walkways in the backyard. The kitchen and hangout area are perfect as they are right now. Oh, okay, so you think they're perfect right now, then that's great, to be honest. If you like them, I'm sure a lot of people would also like them as well. Nimpanja, thank you so much for saying that you're obsessed with my build. I really do appreciate that, and for the support, genuinely, thank you so much. I don't know when you send that, so I do apologize. I just like dot around all the chats and stuff here and there occasionally, but I'm kind of like focused on the build here and there a bit, so I do apologize if I reply to a few messages a little bit late, because they're not all in front of me. I just like look to the side and just like look at the screens and stuff. But thank you so much for the support once again. Really do appreciate it. The benches by the hedges, nice touch. 100%. Yeah, all the little ball plants you put around the exterior next to the benches. Yeah, for sure. Could definitely add a few of those other ball plants as well. Oh wait, let me get those things real quick. These are a pretty nice addition, I can't lie. I like these ones. Let's add those around. Oh, don't want it to be too close to the fountain. How about we do something like this? It's just subtle, you know, like it's just enough. Obviously, we need to add some chairs around the chest table itself. Can't forget about that. Just need to make sure that I find something that fits that antique vibe, you know. Could go for some chairs that look like they fold out, you know. These might be appropriate for the outdoors, low-key. You know what? I don't hate that. That's not too bad. I'm kind of happy with that. You know what we could do? We can also... Look, just hear me out for a second. Yeah, let me just do something real quick. You guys might definitely disagree with this, but let me just try it, and then if we don't like it, we'll change it. But how about we do like a custom gazebo design? We're definitely not going to make it that cool. Like, Oh, but you... Wait. Hold on. Hold. I know it looks so weird right now with it being like below the ground and whatnot, but what the hell is it? Looking for that one specific fence piece that there we go, this one. So we're just using this as like a level thingy. We're not going to keep this wall thing, but if we just do, oh, because it's not going to connect, it's going to look so weird, but it could also look pretty cool if it works out. You'll be able to download it on Monday, hopefully, if I end up finishing it. Oh no, if you guys don't like this, then we'll change it. But I was thinking, like, if we want like a gazebo sort of like design, we could just create a custom one, you know? This might look weird, but still want to give it a go. Just want to see if it works. That's the whole point of building, you know? Just like seeing what works and what doesn't. We could also change the color of it as well, but wait, let me get rid of this. It's fine. It literally just create a hole in the ground. There we go. So it's kind of something like this, but then the column is gonna be it's gonna be kind of weird. Obviously we won't go for the wood, we could go for something else, maybe like this one. Single. What do we think about this little gazebo design? Do we like it? Do we hate it? And we don't have to keep the brown on top. We can also change it to like a white if we want it to be very basic looking, you know? What gallery item? Sorry, Diamond, I don't know what you mean. What do you mean gallery item? I use the I use this base game fence piece and I just like made like a little outlining of it. Unless you mean the something else? Yeah, true, Rems. They can also just like change it with their own will. You like the idea of the gazebo in white? Let's try it. Let's try and see what it looks like. Because it does kind of stand out like a sore thumb right now real quick. But what if we change it to white? The white, yeah. Let me just change it to white real quick. Let me see if it will work. Let me just do this placement thing. This, never mind, this replace thing is gonna lag me out. So let me just not do that. Well, you know what, the white doesn't actually look that bad, you know, like even though it's very white on white on white, it looks pretty cool. Do you know what, ideally I would love if we could just extend this if we could extend this all the way towards like the edge of here, and then we place the columns kind of like poking out up here. That would look a lot nicer in my opinion. We could also restrict it so that it's just for this area, so it doesn't go all the way up to the kitchen. What do you guys think? Should we limit it? Should we not? Should we make it squares? I know I'm the builder here, but I want you guys' input because you guys are the ones playing within it, and I want to make sure that you guys are satisfied with the build, you know? Could also create like a small one like this. It's cute. Okay. You know what could also be really cool if we added like vines or something above it as well, or like there's a lighting thing. I don't know if it would work for the outdoors. Let me see if I can find it. You guys might already know what I'm talking about, but there's like a lighting thing. Not the lighting strips. This one. No, it's not that one either. What the hell is it? I remember seeing it when I was doing one of these like toddler bedrooms in one of my other builds. Might have been a miss. Let me see if I can find it. I feel like it will make a little bit more sense once we see it. Let me go to the toddler bedroom section because I think it was in there. I don't know why it was in here, but oh my god, I can't find it. But it had potential is all I'm saying. It looked really good. Damn, what the hell is it, man? I really wanted to showcase it to you guys. I feel like it looked really good. What if I type in fairy? It wasn't fairy lights, but it might come up. I don't know. I have no clue because they sometimes word it weirdly in The Sims, so it's kind of tricky to find it. Little squares is cuter than rectangles. Okay, we'll keep the little cube. And I do think covering the kitchen appliances would make sense, so I see where you're going with that. Yeah, so do you think we should cover the entire kitchen or just partially, like how I did just like the middle section? Should I revert it back to the longer version? I like the idea of the gazebo and white. Did you use the fence item to make top? Yes, I used the fence item. So you know how you can go into the fence pieces, the fences, and then I just used this this base game one. You see the smooth keeper, and I just selected any color from here, and you know how you could just like place it on the ground. Oh wait, hold on, wrong fence piece. Sorry about that. Yeah, just use this fence piece, and obviously as you guys can see, it's on the ground now, but let's say you want it at a specific height, you can just create a little room, and then you can have, let's say like you have it like really tall. So that's the main reason why, like, you know how I created the room and then I lowered it a little bit? So like you see how I can like lower this? I can like pick where I want it to be, and then I get rid of the room, and then it just like keeps it on that height. I'm sorry if it's a little bit tricky to explain it, but I hope you did understand it. You say try it longer? Okay, let's try it longer. Let's keep it longer. I don't really mind it, to be honest. It looked good either way. I don't think I need to extend that. We could just create custom cubes. We already did the connection thingy. But yeah, Diamond, if it didn't make any sense, you could just let me know and I could just try to redo it for you. I don't mind doing it over and over. I would obviously love if you guys can learn to do it as well in The Sims. But yeah, sometimes it might not make sense because you might just be like, okay, but he's moving the wall down and up. Like, what the hell is he doing? But if you want any more clarification, just let me know and I'll try to help for sure. But yeah, I wish we could just move this like over above this, you know, like it's kind of annoying. But you know what? Let's just keep it like this. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. Let's keep it like that. Now for this area is kind of annoying. Let me bring the Cozy Riviera Retreat thingy back again. This is the one that I was trying to use in case this was also what you were talking about. This is the arbor. Okay. So this is the item that I was on about like a few moments ago. I really love this, but I just feel like it's not gonna work for this. And you know how we have the umbrella? Let me get rid of the umbrella. Should we use this or not? Like, I really don't know. Maybe in like a greeny color. That could look pretty cool. What do you guys think? Is that too much clothes? Is there like too much like closed off things going on, you know? Like, what do you guys think? We could also use this over this area as well, and like get rid of the other gazebo thingy, you know? Like, what should we do? Like, I don't know. Yeah, this is a really nice object. The Sims really did do a good job with this. I also thought about doing like placing this thing over here where we have the seating area, but I just nah. That's better than the other gazebo. Okay, might have to get rid of it then. Should we get rid of it and just try it? Let's see how it goes. Hold on, let me alt delete it real quick. The only issue I have at the moment is like fitting it in. Oh, you know what? That is actually kind of better, low-key. And it has those little like diagonal bits in the corner and whatnot. Okay, that is actually pretty cool. But it doesn't cover the entire area up. So is it wide enough? Yeah, we have to check that, because look, it does this. And that is kind of an issue. Yeah, it doesn't really fit, you know. That's the only issue that we have with this. Hold on, I'm so sorry guys, I keep moving it, but I'm trying to make it straight and it's refusing. I think the best we can do is maybe something like this. It's like the best that we can do. What do you guys think? Should we keep it? Definitely over the kitchen. Interesting. So oh wait, you know what? You might be onto something. Hold on. You might be onto something. Wait. And we can get rid of this bin. So we only have one over here. Something like this. It does kind of clip in through the thingy though. That's the only issue. I have to get rid of it. Should we keep that? No, you're fine. It doesn't matter. It's fine. My custom gazebo was fine. You know, it was cute, but it didn't have all the greenery and all the fanciness that this one has. So, what if I made it a little bit bigger? Should we make it a little bit bigger? We can with the tool mod. Just a tiny bit, you know. Let's do 1.5. Whoa, no. 1.2. Let's try. It's still gonna clip a little bit. That's the only issue with it. It's gonna clip no matter what, you know. So let me add this counter back. Low key, it clips just like a little bit. I don't know if people care about that. People might complain about that low key. That looks really nice, so I genuinely do like that. We might need to move our little custom plant pot though. Let me actually... Oh my god, everything's messing up. We could do something like this, and this works, I guess. This is perfect now? Yeah? Okay. I guess we're gonna keep it like this. I'm happy with it. I don't mind it. It looks like, you know, it is a bit big, but it works. It like gets the job done, you know, it gets that design across. I'm happy with it. Let's move this over a bit. Yeah, let's keep it. It's a bit of a change for me as well. I haven't really done a design like this forever, to be honest, at all. So I want to keep it. Even if it might look a little bit ridiculous. You know, we can also change the color of it. See if a darker color might look a little bit better, because we have quite a lot of white going on. That also looks pretty cool. What do you guys think about the black? Do we like the black? I can also showcase the other color options that we have. We have, oh, picked the wrong thing. For gray, nah, the gray's not great. Honestly, I do like the clean version without the grass, like the foliage as well, like the vines and stuff. Do you guys like the vines? I like the vines, don't get me wrong, they look really cool, but at the same time, I really do like the sheer curtains that we have that are like hanging from like the top and stuff. That is pretty cool. You like the black more? I'm assuming you're saying probably the black curtains. Let's try that. Yeah, that is pretty cool. I do like that too, and it contrasts nicely as well, and it kind of matches the home as well with like the black and white contrasting and stuff. Oh, the black with vines. Oh, okay. Honestly, I don't mind. I like all of the options. Okay. I wish this came with the curtains. I really feel like it would have looked so perfect with that. But yeah, let's do this with the vines. I think that's great. I think that's fine. And you know what? There's still so much to do. I focused pretty much the entire stream doing the backyard, so I hope it wasn't too boring to watch. I really do apologize. But yeah, this is like the whole point of this is like the whole process that I go through like alone, you know, like if I wasn't streaming, like doing everything trial and error, and then people wonder why I like skip quite a bit of it from the videos. But there's so much that goes into it. It's impossible to show every single little action that I take. Just like try to make it as concise as possible in the videos, you know. I know this is going to be really unrealistic, but I do want to incorporate a few candles on this table. They'll definitely get blown away in real life, but especially by the sea. But I still feel like it's a nice little addition. Can't forget a little high chair as well. I mean, if we're gonna focus on that that family aesthetic and vibe, we want to make sure that it's suitable for every household, you know. So let's just add a nice little plain white little thingy high chair, and let's also change the color of this. Let's make it a black and white one like that, like the black top. That's not too bad. We can also change these up a little bit as well. I know it's slowly turning into like a bit more like a monochromatic design, but the previous design was literally flat, you know, like it was all white. So I think changing up a little bit is quite crucial at the moment. And we can also add a bit of a flooring as well, maybe. Let me see. It's gonna look ridiculous, I know, but trust the process. It might not look too bad. Nah, that was bad. I was like, trust the process? No, it's not working. It's not too bad either, but nothing within like the you know what we can also do? We can also get rid of the greenery that we have around here and just try to make it. I would have loved to have like a curved design, you know, but I don't think we can. Nah, I don't really like that, to be honest. Let's use the same tiling but make it dark, like maybe sound like this. Maybe like a different color of it might look a bit better. Oh, you think it looked good? The checkered flooring? Hey, thank you for the follow. I really do appreciate it. And also, shameless promo, we are so close to reaching 10,000 followers and 10,000 subscribers on YouTube and TikTok. So if you guys haven't, I really do appreciate if you guys just drop a follow. I really do appreciate it. We're so close to hitting those milestones, which is quite crazy because I genuinely didn't expect this channel to go this far, but it did, and I'm really appreciative of it. But so we have. Wait, I know you like the checkered flooring, but I'm just like, is it a bit too much for this? Especially for the exterior, is it not too much? I feel like that is a bit too much, you know? looks modern goth. It does. It genuinely does match the you like the greenery there? Like, you know, when I like got rid of the tiles, you like that? It is kind of giving that modern goth that you're mentioning, but I really don't know. I'm indecisive. What if I get rid of like, what if I just do it like literally just beneath the table itself, something like that, and then we can also outline it. Hold on, let me outline it real quick. That might not look too bad, you know. What if I also just like turn it around a little bit, something like that? You know, I'm thinking maybe the table being white is a better option. If I make it like this, so I should also turn the tiling though, shouldn't I? That makes a little bit more sense. I like to go too, but see the problem with the space better. You guys like it better? Okay. Let me also just do this real quick and then we will fix it in a minute. I can't lie, there's quite a bit going on over here, so it's a bit confusing. There we go. One more towel around the table. Okay, we could try that. Because like, it does look a little bit too like sophisticated, like too specifically in that area. Yeah, that does make a lot of sense. And also, I completely forgot to move that telescope. That is not gonna stay there, don't worry. Yeah, you know what? You're actually kind of right about that, having a bit more space around. I shouldn't have used the thing, the arrow. It's gonna be so annoying. Sometimes it's a bit finicky when you're moving these. You know, I'm gonna get rid of this entire thing real quick, and then I'll add it back in a minute. We're gonna add the telescope on the second floor. Maybe not in the center, but just somewhere that's gonna be, there we go, somewhere around here potentially. It could be pretty cool. We'll add some extra little seating areas and stuff like that around there. I just want to get the like main backyard area done with you guys, and then I can do like the bit more boring stuff like the front area and stuff. It's gonna be a bit tedious, but I'll manage it. I'll try to make sure I finish it as effectively as possible. But you know what, I'm actually really liking this, even though I had no clue I was going to go into this build doing something like this. But I think it turned out pretty cool in the end with you guys. Also go for a black umbrella, that looked pretty cool. That looks really good right now, okay. Rems is our exterior designer for the night, you know, for the stream. Doing all the little details here and there. It's kind of annoying how the high chair is kind of poking out from the thingy. Like, it looks so much better without the high chair, but we have to think about those infants, man. So annoying. No, I'm joking, but it would have looked better without it, you know, is what I'm trying to say. But oh well. You know what could also be really cool? I know it's going to look so ridiculous, but having little plants and stuff in the corners could be pretty fancy, you know. I know these are like so close to each other, but just hear me out. Like these little extra details here and there could actually break it up a little bit. What do you think about that? Or is it too much? Like, is there like too much going on? No, I was saying as like I was being genuine. Like you definitely. You wrote white umbrella. Okay, we're gonna change the umbrella. I want your guys' user input. Like I really love just like that's the whole point of like the streaming, you know. I want you guys to be like taking part of it. Otherwise, if you're just watching, you could just watch a normal video, you know. I like the interactivity with you guys, so I appreciate it. I agree with you about the type there, but yeah. So I'm just gonna delete it when I'm playing it. Yeah, fair enough. But what do we think about these the little flower bits in like the corners? Are they a bit too much? I also low-key want to incorporate a rounded fountain somewhere in this build. I just don't know where. Let me just showcase what I'm talking about. So there we go. This, like, I really love using these in my sort of like older looking manors and mansions and stuff. But you know what? That could look pretty cool at the bottom. Just like for us, like our visual purposes and stuff. Like instead of leaving it plain like this, definitely does help add a bit of. Plus, it's not really intended for swimming. You can swim in here, but it just doesn't really make a lot of sense to be honest. But yeah, I think it could be pretty cool to have that over there. Where can we add this little ball of fountain? I don't think we can. I don't think we have it any space, do we? Yeah, thank you, Diamond. I'm trying my best, but just seeing how it goes. Oh wait, hold on. Dustin Doc, I don't know if you're still here on Twitch. I'm really sorry if I haven't replied to you. I'm literally just seeing it right now because I look at it from like different screens and stuff. But we're currently building what you can see on the left-hand side of your screen. It is like kind of like a old money mansion manor type of French building architecture. Said every single keyword and term as much as possible in that sentence. But yeah, it's pretty much like a really huge manor in The Sims 4. Just like trying to see if we could recreate it. We started off with the first stream about like 2-3 days ago, and we kind of just like ended up going with this for the front, which I believe kind of looks pretty similar to the real life image, or at least the reference image, which is pretty much just like an AI generation, to be honest. And then we obviously had to improvise for the back, which I think the back looks super interesting. Hold on a minute. Why is this singular over here? This is not correct. Was this like this the whole time? That is not meant to be like that at all. I think, what the hell did I have here? I think I had like a singular one. Either it was singular because I added these two over here. I have no clue what I did over here initially. It might have moved automatically or accidentally, but I think 2 would look nice over here. Oh god, it's not cooperating. That is not on the same height. Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna deal with that in my own time because that is so annoying to deal with. But yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna get rid of you, man. You're not working with me, so I don't want to work with you, you know. But yeah, I think I'm gonna slowly leave the stream over here because I feel like we got quite a bit done. I think they're a bit too much, but I love the idea. I'm having so much fun. I'm glad to hear that, Rems. I really do appreciate it. You've been so interactive tonight. I genuinely do appreciate it. I literally just scroll up the chat and it's all you, so I really love that. Yeah, I might have to. You know what? We could go for like another like 10 minutes, I guess. But it is kind of like towards the end, you know, of it. But hold on, I could show you guys another thing that I really love doing in my builds that I feel like a lot of creators don't do. Like obviously every single creator uses terrain paint, but they don't like. I want to say they don't, but like I personally love using this this pebbled thingy, which came in like it's not a recent update, but it's not old either. But like I love placing it around the edges of my lots like this. Kind of gives it like a bit of a highlight, so when you look at it from far away, it kind of like looks like it's glowing, rather than just having like a really sharp contrast between the white fencing and then like the green and like the textured tiling and whatnot. I I feel like it just helps break it up a little bit. It might just be me spewing random BS, but I genuinely feel like it makes a big difference for my builds at least. And I definitely encourage you guys to give it a go as well if you guys love building in The Sims 4 as well. But yeah, I just feel like it just helps like fade it a little bit nicer, you know. Urban Guy, you're still here. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for staying on the stream. Genuinely do appreciate it. But yeah, just gonna go around a few minutes over here. Sometimes I like skip doing the terrain painting and stuff within the live stream because I feel like it's a bit boring to watch me paint for no reason. Well, it's not for no reason, but like you guys get what I mean. Like you came here to see like a bit more interactivity and a bit more of like the designs and stuff. And I know this is kind of part of building, but it's kind of like the more boring side of the building, so try to skip it a little bit when it comes to making it seem a bit more entertaining. Oh yeah, and I completely forgot we're gonna add like a little seating area on this side. But I completely forgot to do that. We'll do that in a moment. Hold on, before we get off stream we'll do that because I did actually promise you guys that we'll do that. So let me just add this, and I will also add a bit of dirt and stuff around the edges of the lot as well. I just like adding the pebbles first because it feels a bit more realistic. And I completely forgot our little lonesome hedge over here. I'm gonna do all of that off stream, so we're gonna have like a whole row of hedges going along here, but I don't want to do it on stream because it's gonna be so boring for you guys. I have to suffer for it, but you guys don't have to. So you know. And obviously we're not going to keep the terrain paint all the way at the edge of the lot because it looks hideous once you're in play mode. So all of that is under control, don't worry guys. Just not right now because we're in the middle of building it. And I'm so sad that we couldn't get to the front of the home today. I really wanted to do the front of the home, but if you guys want, I'll go live again tomorrow. But I'll probably do the front of the home before I go live tomorrow. So maybe tomorrow we could do something else rather than just like doing the foliage. Maybe we could do the interior tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see how everything goes. If you guys want that, obviously. But yeah, this little highlight thing is such a big game changer in my opinion. Oh god, I had my reshade on, my bad. I keep doing that for some reason. I put my reshade on and I completely forget that it's on. I'm supposed to get to the gym right now. I popped in to say hi, but staying because it was so much fun. That is so kind, thank you so much. You know what, you can just catch up on your gym after the stream, to be honest, or right in the morning tomorrow, who knows. I mean, it might be early for you, might be late, I don't know where you're from, but you know, you could just do it right after the stream, you know. But I really do appreciate you staying here. I really do appreciate it. The front tomorrow sounds good. Okay, I would love to see you on the stream again. I love to build, so seeing someone who has experience is great. Thank you so much, Diamond. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, I would say I have a bit of experience here and there. Nothing too crazy. I'm not professional, but you know, just a bit of ideas here and there. You know, I also wanted to showcase doing like the staircase swimming pool in here, but I feel like it's not really that necessary. I did do it in my other streams though, so if you guys want to check those out, you can, to learn how to do like the custom swimming pool staircases and whatnot. But hold on, wait, what else did I need to do over here? I wanted to add something else around here. I just don't remember what it was. Let me add a few more of these sun lounges real quick. Let me add one of these candles. Honestly, Adventure Awaits came with some really nice outdoor looking like candle holder thingies like this one. I really love using this in some of my builds. I haven't actually used it quite a lot in my recent builds, but I want to get back into using it as much as possible because they look so like, I don't know, it's just really cool. Me when I'm trying to explain myself, it's just, you know, it just looks cool, you know, just everything looks cool, I guess. If I can't find the word, I just spew that word out and it just works out, you know. Honestly, when I'm on live, sometimes I can't think, or I just talk too like fast and I just mess up my words a bit, so I do apologize for that. I don't know if I could still use the I'm still early to streaming card, because I've been doing it for I guess like a week or so now, like 2 weeks now, so can't really pull out that card anymore. Just have to explain it as one of my weaknesses. But yeah, how did it look if I placed that there? It's okay. Okay, I'm gonna add some extra little seating areas over here. And oh yeah, wait, let me do this little area and then we'll call it a day. Okay, so let me get the fire pit. And of course we're gonna use my favorite fire pit, which is this one and this one. Pick one of the other, I don't really mind. I think we're gonna go for the smaller looking one though. And we can add a few of the, could use the businesses and hobbies seating areas over here. Why the hell are these highlighters? I literally use these. I literally use this in 90% of my builds. That update thing has been acting up for my build, I guess. But yeah, I really love using the Lux seats in particular. I think these could look pretty cool as well. Kind of feel campy. We can also use these. I really love using this as well. I just wish this came in a bit more, like more unique swatches would have been crucial. Definitely a bit more helpful as well, but oh well. Let's go for these ones, I guess. And this should be completely functional, so I don't want to add too many seats, but just enough so it feels cozy. And I'll probably add like some extra little stuff around here off camera as well later on, but I think it's fine for now. I get rid of don't know if I could add it anywhere else. Just yeah, can't do that. It's gonna be too much. Let me bundle these up a little bit more. And then maybe add just like one over here. There we go. Something like this is a little bit more appropriate for like navigation and stuff. We can also add like one of these fake lamp thingies on the wall as well. Hold on. I'm gonna oh. Oh my god, it's gonna refuse to work. Let me add one over here and then lower it. There we go. Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna add some extra terrain paint to this and stuff like that, and then we'll call it a day. Kind of blending in a little bit with the thing, but it's fine. Also use a bit of darker colors around the base. And then we're also gonna refine it a little bit more with the erase tool. Could actually do one big one at the top, so like blend it a little bit nicer. There we go, something like that. I think that's fine for now. And I think that's pretty much it for today. I think I did enough rambling online. But yeah, we pretty much did all of this today and I'm super happy with it. It's definitely not finished, definitely needs a bit of extra finishing touches. As you guys can currently see, we have a few objects and stuff out and about here and there, so it's not 100% complete, but I hope you guys got a bit of an idea of how we're going to be able to like create and like all the objects that we use for this build. I think it turned out very nicely overall, definitely like very fitting with the build. It's going to look very nice once it's all complete and stuff. So once again, we have a nice seating area, the gazebo, and like outdoor kitchen area with the bar. We have a lame looking playground area. We can add a bit extra equipment to this later on as well, not a problem. And of course the outdoor seating area, and of course our two-tiered or sort of like fountain design that we have over here with the extra little seating areas. But yeah, so that is pretty much it for this stream. I really do appreciate every single one of you guys who have stopped by. I genuinely do appreciate all of the support. We will be back again tomorrow, hopefully. If not tomorrow, you guys will probably see it as a full-on video on Monday, so make sure to stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, if you guys want any more content from me, they're all available on YouTube, TikTok, and of course on Instagram. You guys already know the drill. But thank you so much again for every single one of you guys who have tuned into that. I genuinely do appreciate every single one of you guys so much. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, genuinely, for joining in. You guys made it a really fun time tonight as well with all the interactivity that you guys brought out. So yeah, thank you so much again, and hope you guys have a great night. It's a Friday night, so have a great night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow or on Monday. Take care.